Hi, and welcome back to Is It That Bad? Before we get on into the show, you may be wondering where our lovely co-host is.
She's not talking about me.
I'm talking about the boss, Annie Banks. She might be hopping on a little bit later. She had something come up real last minute, but we shall see if she's able to hop back on here later on. So I decided to push it back to see if we could actually make her in for it, but we'll see if she's able to pop on or not. But we are here to discuss Mark's pick for Is It That Bad? Yeah, that's right. Annie and I finally took pity on Mark and let him pick a movie. So, Mark, would you like to introduce the movie that you have selected for us today?
We have selected the Imaginarium of Doctor Parnassus.
Oh, yeah.
And no, it is not that bad.
It is not that bad. So, spoilers. It is not that bad.
Other spoilers. It is definitely a trip.
It is 100% a trip. So, I only remembered this because this was Heath Ledger's last movie. And, every 90s, 2000s girl, I was in love with Heath Ledger, like everyone else. Not going to lie. And I was very upset when he passed away. So this was very much on my radar at the time. I remember watching it and thinking it was the weirdest shit I'd ever seen.
Oh, it's still very weird.
And that was the last time I'd ever actually seen it, was when it first came out. So I was actually really intrigued when Mark brought this up. But yeah, it's still some of the weird. It's not the weirdest stuff I've ever seen anymore, because I watch some pretty weird stuff on the regular now. But it's still very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very strange. So before we get on into this anymore, I think we're going to take a page out of Carson's book and we're going to check that chat. First off, Ricky Marstat had a fun little conversation with him before, but are you guys going to talk about the movie where some monk sold/traded something with the devil at one point in his life, and then he got older and made a bet with that same devil on how many people go to heaven or hell?
Yes.
And two of the actors are Heath Ledger and Johnny Depp?
But
Question mark. Yes, Ricky Marstat. That is the exact movie we're talking about. 100%.
But then you also had Colin Farrell and Jude Law.
Oh, yeah.
And the Joker beating up Spider-Man.
That Andrew Garfield's in this, which he's fantastic. The girl in it who plays Valentina, Lily Cole, I looked up a little bit about her before actually doing this, and she's more traditionally known for her work as being a model, but she was fantastic in this. I don't see her in very much, but she was fantastic in this. But yeah, just an all-star cast throughave, honestly. Very, very fun thing. Also, Vernon Troyer still on the show. And, have the one little person in the entire film constantly making midget jokes.
Yeah.
And we'll talk later as to why Vernon Troyer might get in trouble for this movie. But, whatever.
We're not going to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that? Okay,
no, we're not going to talk about that.
Just watch the movie. You'll know why. But moving on into the chat.
But anyway.
Chris Barrett. No, it's not that bad. No, it's not.
It's
not. It's actually a very fun film. Captain Comics, ahoy, mates and mermaids. Well, ahoy, Captain Comics. I personally self-identify as a Pegasus, but I will also accept. I'll accept to be a ship person, mermaid, something. I don't know.
Deckhand.
No.
A mermaid.
every 90s girl and early 2000s gay guy loved Heath Ledger. Yes, they did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they really?
Great to watch on shrooms. I'll take your advice on this. I actually watched this completely sober.
Yeah, we did it wrong.
I didn't even do a shot for this.
We did it totally wrong.
Honestly, I feel like I need to rewatch it, and every time he does something that's just like remarkable, you take a shot. Or every time he changes faces, you take a shot. Possibly. No?
Well, I mean, every time he changes faces, then goes back to his face.
That's true.
That's a lot of change. But is it?
Troyer's dead, so he can't get in trouble. Aww.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, is he?
Is he? When did he die? Did he die?
I'm Googling this.
Wasn't it so bad that Ledger OD'd? No. Heath Ledger just did a shit ton of drugs and OD'd in a Olsen twins bathroom. Because, yeah, basically, Heath Ledger lost his mind and he died. And this film was not complete at that time. So, yeah, a number of different, really fantastic actors stepped into the role of Tony throughout. So, of course, we've got Johnny Depp, we've got Jude Law, we've got Colin Farrell. He died. When did he die?
2018.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I did not know.
I did not know that either.
I did not know. I'm so sorry.
Alcohol poisoning.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah. He's 49.
Any Hoosiers?
Anyway. So I guess we could talk about that, but I don't really want to.
Yeah, let's not. Cat completely sober. What? I don't know. I have nights where I don't drink.
Far and few between, but they were there.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, that's me.
Any Hoosiers?
What? I'm not alcoholic. I don't spill it on the ground.
No, it's alcohol abuse.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't abuse alcohol.
Who is Troyer? Vernon Troyer, a very fantastic actor who's a little person, just
also known
serious
for
iconic roles.
Mini-Me. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who he is.
Yeah. Very sad. Very, very sad. Any Hoosiers, back to the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. So we open on into the kind of moth-eaten, disheveled remnants that is the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Like, their entire set looks like it has been aged. Oh my god, Cat, if you don't drink, you know what rumors chat will start. It's not true. It's not. I know what he's going to start saying. It's not true. No, but they're set in this. Clearly, it's just kind of gone unloved and been used up for years. And it's kind of disappointing to see what could have been as to what is. And I will tell you, the collection or the troupe in this pretty fantastic. So we've got Dr. Parnassus, we've got the lovely Valentina, his 15, almost 16-year-old daughter, because she's a few days away from her 16th birthday in this. That's very important. Anton, who a boy that they brought into their troupe. I guess they took him off the streets, and he is very much in love with the young Valentina, as well as Percy, who is played by Vernon Troyer. So Percy had a very, very long name in the movie, and I don't remember it. But I
don't remember it
remember
either.
that he beat the shit out of Heath Ledger and told him if that name was too much for him to remember, he could also call him Percy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people called him Percy in the movie. So we're going to go with Percy.
Why not?
Nightwing 69. Hi. Sup? How you doing? Any Hoosiers. So we continue on and we see like things that haven't exactly worked out for them. And where it opens up, they open up in front of this like seedy nightclub, and a bunch of drunk people are coming out. So they're trying to get people to buy these tickets to go into the Imaginarium.
Ha ha. No. You funny.
You're so funny. Was it food poisoning or morning sickness?
I wish you could have smelled it.
That's not funny.
Uh-huh.
Any Hoosiers. So we're gonna get back to the movie,
Yep.
which we're the first time we're actually brought into the Imaginarium is Valentina trying to get away from this drunk guy. It's all sorts of rapey. Like, dude, teenage girl up there, and you're chasing after her.
Well, I mean, she was born in 87, so
she's playing a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that's true, though.
She's playing a 15-year-old.
She's playing a 15-year-old.
Any Hoosiers. So very uncomfortable. And the first time we're actually brought into the Imaginarium, it first looks like a set, and then it becomes this huge, enchanting, beautiful, and horrifying place. And we learn that there's always choices when you enter into the Imaginarium. It's a very dangerous place, but there's a lot of choices there. You choose the correct path, all could work out well. You choose the incorrect path, well, you go into hell.
You could use a drink.
But continuing on, we were finally introduced to Tony, aka George, aka Heath Ledger's character, and every other character in this entire movie's character, because there are like 4 different guys playing Tony in this. So Tony was strung up from a bridge, hanging, and Valentina and the rest of the troupe find him, of course.
They find him river dancing in the shadows.
Yeah, they hung him up, and they saw his shadow there. So, of course, Tony kind of takes advantage of the troupe and the fact that they don't know. Oh my God. I'm going to ignore that. But Tony's kind of taking advantage of the fact that they don't know anything about him. They don't know this guy's whole thing. Like, he's a con man. He's a very, very bad man, which we find out later on. And he joins their troupe.
But that's before they realized that he was part of the tarot cards that he was reading.
The Hanging Man?
Mm-hmm.
The Hanging Man card?
The Hanging Man card.
Dude, there's so many, like, side stories in this entire thing. Like, the whole acting troupe that they have going on is really neat. The Imaginarium's really neat. The side story with the devil. And something that I hadn't actually considered until about halfway through the movie, this could also be construed kind of as like a retelling of like the taking of Persephone, or like a take on it. Mm-hmm. Honestly, which another huge shout out to Annie Banks, because we both love some Lore Olympus, and taking of Persephone, Lore Olympus. But
you love it so much so that you bought a hoodie.
I did buy a hoodie for it. I'm very excited. I can't wait till it gets here. Enough. Any Hoosiers. So Thank you, Chris. But going back to what I was saying, there is this whole crazy bet that happened. Now, Dr. Parnassus doesn't want to tell his daughter the truth. We know quite a bit going into this that he's constantly lying about her age. He's constantly telling people that she's much younger than what she is. She's supposed to be 12. She's supposed to be 14. She's turning 12. She's, his young daughter. She's just a simple child. All of these things that keep getting brought up, and we find out that she's a few days away from her 16th birthday. We also find out that her one big dream is to just live a normal life. And she just wants to be married with kids and be like everyone else. Of course, Anton, played by Andrew Garfield. I'm going to tell you, Andrew Garfield is fantastic in this movie. This is 100% Andrew Garfield's movie. And he's not even like the main thing in it. But he's fantastic in this. So he's in love with Valentina.
Yes, he is.
And he thinks it's insane that she would want to run away and have that kind of a life. But he'd be willing to do something like that for her. So, of course, they kind of start to touch on the fact that no one's actually buying all this bullshit that she's younger than what she's supposed to be. No one actually believes that she's turning 12. She's a grown woman. She basically is. She is. And her dad has to sit down, and he's trying to tell her the truth. He's trying to tell her what's happening. And the entire time, Valentina just thinks there's some creepy guy that's trying to, be a peeping Tom and, check her out. But she doesn't actually know it is the literal devil.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad made a deal with the actual devil years before she was ever born, that any child that he would ever have on their 16th birthday would be his. Now, this is something that Dr. Parnassus never actually saw happening until he was blessed with a daughter. So Valentina is his world, and he is very desperate to have another bet, have another opportunity to save his child. Now, we do have a bet between the devil and Parnassus to see who can get 5 souls first. Now,
in 2 days.
It was in 2 days. It was in time for her birthday.
Which 5 souls
in order
in 2
to
days.
win her. So 5 souls in 2 days. Whoever got 5 souls first. So it never really gets explained. It kind of does, but I wish they'd come right out and said it a little bit more. So 5 souls, if Parnassus gets them, do they go to heaven? And if the devil gets them, they go to hell?
Or if Parnassus gets them, they come back.
They come back to our world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you notice that?
It made, because it was really weird. There's this scene where they're rounding up as many souls as they can with Tony's help, and these women are coming out. They're coming out of the Imaginarium after making the right choice when they're in there, and they look kind of crazy, and they kind of look like they just had insane sex. I'm not kidding. Their hair's all disheveled and they're all smiley, and it was a little alarming to look at. A bunch of middle-aged women really, really excited, and I was like, I don't think I'd want to go in there after them.
Probably not.
There's a bunch of ladies fighting each other to get to those doors, and I was like, oh god. But we do get to find out a bit more where the two guys are starting to piece together what's happening with Valentina and the bet. And unfortunately, Anton decides that he's going to try to help force the situation along, which that didn't work out. If you saw that scene, that also seemed a little rough, little rapey there, even though it wasn't. She was just really scared,
Yeah.
you know. But it's ultimately the imagination and how far one is willing to go for love. Ultimately, people make good decisions, bad decisions. Valentina, I felt so bad for her. Like, basically, the entire film, she's lied to, manipulated, and used. And she is kind of pushed into making certain decisions towards the very end that that I don't. Okay, so Annie's gonna be coming on here in a second.
Yeah.
Awesome. She makes certain choices that I feel so bad for her. I really do.
Yeah. But also, even though the movie is old, it's actually really not even that old.
I mean, what when did this come out? 2009. So yeah, not crazy old though.
Not crazy old. But I mean, the CGI was dated.
Yes.
Even though it's not that old, it was definitely dated.
The scene where the first like rich lady or whatever went through the Imaginarium and you're looking at all the shoes, like they looked so weird.
No, not even that. It was when the kid went in.
Oh, and he was blowing stuff up.
It's like, your dad and your dad.
Oh, dude, I almost forgot about that scene.
Oh my gosh, that was
weird.
Yeah, that
was so weird.
That was like Candyland on acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really kind of was, though.
Did he have like one of those little like Nintendo DS's in his hand? Is that what he was playing?
He was playing some sort of handheld.
I know. Well, weren't those a thing then?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Probably.
Yeah.
I never had a DS.
I think I got my sister one. I don't know what she did with it now.
It's been a million years.
Hasn't that long.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, maybe for Parnassus.
Nah. Parnassus, the immortal man. Not to say, Rita, Parnassus, like, he just looks, he does look ancient in this. He really does. Especially when he doesn't trim his beard. He's got that hair.
Although, when he says, how are we going to recover from this? I just imagine him going to the wonderful world of Harry Potter.
Oh my God.
And then that's where he starts over. He makes Hogwarts a thing.
There's no such thing as dark magic. What is it? Everything's a trick. I don't remember the exact quote. And he can't remember the other two.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was something like that at the very end.
I had a PS2 once with Battlefront 2.
There you go.
It's okay, Ricky. I remember when Driver was only a PC game.
I don't know.
Just saying. And then they made a movie.
I think my whole game career, it goes Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64. My brother and I, we had the PlayStation 2, 3, and now 4, and then Xbox, all the Xbox iterations, and then I had the Dreamcast and the GameCube, and then Of course, like Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Advanced. Yeah. Definitely had to have the Game Boys because, Pokemon.
Pokemon?
Yes. Pokemon Red. And then they came out with Pokemon Yellow, and I loved Pokemon Yellow so much more because you could have a Pikachu that could follow you around. Pikachu.
Okay, what was the Nintendo where you had to blow on the cartridge before you could play it?
Genesis was like that, and so was 64.
No, before those though.
Um,
It was just Nintendo,
oh,
right?
was it NES or?
Like Duck Hunter and like.
Yeah, like 64 had those as well.
They did?
Yeah.
But this was before the 64.
I don't know, Mark. Was it NES or was it classic or?
It was like the original.
Okay.
I remember having one of those.
Okay.
I don't know where we're going with this conversation.
I don't either.
See, the wonderful world of Dr. Parnassus.
Oh my god, the Imaginarium. Dude, the Imaginarium was beautiful and terrifying at the same time.
Yes.
Really was. And it was like one mind in at a time could be fantastic, but two in and the other person's imagination could take over.
Mm-hmm.
So, not good. Definitely not good. My question is, why doesn't Lily Cole do more like films and such? Because she was fantastic in this.
You have to also remember that this was a UK film, so she's probably way more popular over there. We just haven't seen the movies that she's in.
I looked her up before this. She's pretty high profile model, apparently.
Yeah.
So good for her.
Right. So yeah, Annie should be joining us any minute now. Is this Crystal?
Oh, it's a glass head. You quit messing with it.
Well, why?
Oh my god.
How to get this to do it?
Because she's only 16. I don't think she was 16 at the time. Well,
No.
I don't think the actress was 16 at the time. We'll put it that way.
No, she was not 16 at the time.
When was she born?
87.
87.
So
20.
in 2009, I was 19. She's 3 years older than me.
22.
Yep.
Why are you being so mean to me?
I'm not being mean. You are better at math than I am.
Shush.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember I thought it was so weird, like the first time they had a run-in with the police in this, and they had to show them the mirror. I was like, oh shit, are they actually going to put the cop through there? And of course it's not going to work, and it's just going to be like that false, like fake mirror propped set, of course. But I was so concerned that a random cop was just going to like fall through to the Imaginarium, and I was like, oh no, this is going to get so much worse so quick.
Ricky, she's on her way.
Ricky, she's on her way. She is on her way.
And then she'll wonderfully explain what she thought of the movie.
Yeah, that's actually way more common than what you'd think, Chris.
Like, okay, if I were cast in a movie, they'd probably put me in a role of a 20-year-old.
Probably.
Or a role of an 18-year-old.
They typically have anyone that's in their 20s or 30s playing a teenager because, you know, they don't want like puberty issues.
I mean, hell, look at Zac Efron. He was 25 and he was in high school.
No, I think he was actually young.
No, he was like 20. He's a little older than me. Okay, anyways, he was in his 20s and he was in High School Musical. Just like right now, if you were cast as something, you would probably be cast as a high schooler.
Probably, because I don't have puberty issues. No, like that's the whole thing. They don't want someone who they're gonna have really quick changes to their body, or a lot of acne, or a sudden like weight gain or weight loss, or shooting up in height really quick. I know with the Hobbit series, the boy that played Bard the Bowman's son in it, he shot up in between movies like a good 6 or 7 inches. Just 100% growth spurt. So they had to use strategic camera angles when they were shooting him for the later films, because they didn't want that huge difference in his height.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yes, exactly like Emma Stone in Spider-Man.
Emma Stone in Spider-Man?
Yeah, she was like in her 20s playing a teenager.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I gotta tell you, the scenes where you see Heath Ledger's character Tony, when his face changes, it's always really unique to see his face change. Like the ways they handle it, like him looking up abruptly, or a mask getting taken off him,
and he's like,
or like hitting the ground or something. And he really loved the Jude Law world with all the ladders and everything, climbing up the ladders.
Reaching for
Annie's here.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hi.
They missed ya.
It has been a night.
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
So I have story time.
Well, hold on, Annie. Do the 3 Canadians get you with the AAA?
The AAA. So I worked yesterday. I worked 12 hours, and then today I worked 12 hours, and I was leaving. I got in my car, and
you drove 12 hours.
Yeah, I drove 12 hours, and the dashboard light started flickering out.
Ooh.
And
was it the
I was
alternator?
like, oh, that's weird, and then it completely died.
Was it your alternator?
I don't know.
You know car things.
We don't know car things.
I don't know cars.
We don't know car things.
But hey, you're home.
I wish I could tell you. So I called my folks, and they came and they picked me up and they hung out with me because I turned off my car was dead. So I was like, hey, I'm sitting in the cold, blah blah blah. And they were like, okay, we'll come hang out. We'll come pick you up and we'll hang out with you until the AAA guy shows up. And then he took like an hour because the park that I work in is in a forest preserve. Yeah. It's a bunch of quarries that lead up to this property.
So Michael Myers could pop out at any moment.
Well, at least you had cell phone service.
We took the other car to the front of the street that takes you all the way down, and it turns like more into a gravel road.
Mm-hmm.
And we were joking, we're like, yeah, this is something. This poor guy, I hope he feels like we're not gonna go like kill him, and
yeah.
We're like out of all the really suspicious places that you can lead someone, because the park itself does not have an official address.
Oh, so it's just
it just opened up in July too, so that's the thing. It's very it's new, but like they don't have an official address. So we got out and we're like, hey, Dan, thanks so much for coming. And he's like, hey, easy, what's going on? And we kind of told him what the situation. And he's like, I don't get scared easily. But I was really like, he goes, I'm super spooked right now. I was like, oh no, we're not gonna hurt you.
You're gonna kill this poor man who's just trying to jump your car.
I'm so scared.
The whole time you're like, oh no, we're not gonna hurt you. Your dad's holding up a bag. Your mom has a knife or a machete. They're just smiling.
No. Her mom has a paperclip.
Oh, that's scary.
It's just a paperclip. That's the scariest thing to die by is a paperclip.
It's a slow and painful death.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, we laughed because my mom recently she got a gun and she told nobody. And it came out of the woodwork recently. She's like, so yeah, we bought a gun. I was like, you bought a gun for what? And she's like, I don't know, in case I need it. And we're like, okay, nobody piss her off,
In case I
when I brought it up on the way there, I was like,
to bring your gun.
And for the record, like, I'm totally against her having a gun. I don't think she needs it. I think it's stupid. But, and I've said that, like, I'm like, that's dumb. You don't need it. And she's like, what if something happens? I'm like, nobody knows where we live. Nobody knows our new address. Who's going to come out and find us? She goes, you never know. And I go, the 2 other houses in our little cul-de-sac. Whatever.
I will tell you, it's fun to go to the shooting range.
Oh yeah, the shooting range is super cool, but like I don't think you need to have a gun in case you're afraid of minorities or something. Like that's what it is.
Actually, yeah, it's so much fun to go to the shooting range. Like that video that Patty showed us.
The shooting range is super cool. Like I have an archery gallery in my basement. I go down there and I shoot for hours.
A friend of mine showed me a video on Twitter. It's a guy who has like it was like a 1950 bazooka.
Mm-hmm. That seems so cool. I want a rocket.
No. What happened was actually no, it was a rocket. Anyway, it's a rocket launcher or bazooka or something. He goes to fire it, and it blows up in front of him.
Oh no!
And,
oh my gosh!
And
that is so scary.
Well, then that's the only thing that survived was that camera.
Gene.
So
on Friday, I was like, "Oh my god, she logged off because we dissed Jean Grey."
No.
Oh no, I know. We were like, "Oh my god, no, we didn't read it, cat."
The thing I'm thankful about for Friday night is none of you guys had to see that.
We're thankful that we did it. We got to watch Drew deal with his drunken self.
And
Ow, the claws.
Drew's fun when he's drunk.
Drew had a lot to say. He's getting Rona from the mouse.
He tried to give me shit like the next day in the chat.
I saw that.
He's like, you were so drunk. You were sporting Sophie Turner's Jean Grey. And I was like, well, at least I'm consistent.
Yeah.
I support my girl.
But anyway, you never said what happened to the AAA driver. Did he make it out alive?
No.
Did he?
If I'm ever on your wanted list or anything, maybe 10 years down the line, you guys know why.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll accept that.
But yeah, no. I got home safely. The car was they jacked it, so it was and they're like, hey, can you just gun it and make sure like if it dies, we'll pull over and we'll restart it. And so like we were flying. Like I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, the wheels are gonna pop off. So I go. Ready for sparks to come out of the rims, but yeah, no, it's I don't think I'm gonna be touching it for a while until we figure out what's going on exactly, whether it's like a weather related thing because it was snowing all day and my garage isn't heated, so it's like sitting in the cold and
it could be a gas line.
It could be.
I had that.
I'm not sure what the actual I kind of like my dad was like, I'm gonna talk to the guy, and I was like, okay, you do that. And I got in the hot car and I waited to go home. Again, I was like, the day that I actually get out of work on time, this happens. Like what is my luck? And I'm just sitting there, I'm laughing about I mean, I could get to look back and laugh on it, but at the time I was like, oh my God, he's not gonna find us, we're gonna be stranded. Why can't we just come back in the morning, you know?
I showed Mark your message and he's like, wow, she really didn't like my movie.
was like,
That's what he said.
One big elaborate ploy.
I kind of thought so.
Yeah, Mark, I'm just out to get you.
Yeah.
So what did you think of
I thought it was
John
interesting.
Parnassus?
I really liked how imaginative this one was compared to what we've kind of seen in the past with these really campy horror movies where a lot of them have a really similar plot with different character archetypes. I really like how different this one was. You know, it kind of reminded me, do you remember when, oh my God, James Franco made a spin-off of The Wizard of Oz. It was like a young Wizard of Oz. I remember it was like,
oh, yes.
That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me a lot of that. Like I remember I went to theaters to see it, but I was like, I feel like this is a very similar.
We went to that one. It was in 3D, but then remember the theater stopped, so they had restarted.
No, they're not talking about Alice in Wonderland, Mark.
No, it was James Franco was in one of the Wizard of Oz movies.
James Franco did like a more darker Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's with Mila Kunis.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, with Mila Kunis.
It's like it's not Dorothy. It's more like Wicked. Like
yes,
stuff before. Okay, yeah.
It's more like a softcore, or it's more of a hardcore Wicked because I love, oh my God, Wicked's such a fun musical, but like it's a lot softer.
It is.
Than what they try to do, and it's I think that taking a traveling theater company and really expounding on that was such a fun idea. It reminded me of like a airborne Greatest Showman, except P.T. Barnum isn't there and it's not Hugh Jackman. It's not what did you guys think?
I liked it. I definitely thought it was not that bad.
It was not that bad. I think it's definitely under the radar, and the cast is just great.
I honestly thought going into this, like, okay, so Heath Ledger and Jude Law and Colin Farrell and Johnny Depp, they're all going to steal the show. Which, surprisingly for me, like, they were all fantastic in their own right, but I think the two that I loved the most in their performance were Lily Cole and Andrew Garfield.
I love Andrew Garfield. I think that Andrew Garfield, when he's not trying to play like a too cool for school Spider-Man, when he's given more of a fun role like this, he does well with it. Yes, and he's not focused on giving heartfelt monologues and trying to woo Jamie Foxx from being Electro or something. I don't remember. I honestly, that was kind of a snooze fest for me. But in him and this, I like Andrew Garfield a lot. I think he's a very underrated actor from what he's been given and what he's worked with. I like Christopher Plummer a lot. I think he's just phenomenal in anything that he takes on. He's like my old Italian. He and Martin Scorsese are my two old Italian grandfathers that I will never have. But when I ever look at them, I'm like, that's my old Italian grandfather. It's like, oh my God, what's his name? The father in Pinocchio.
Oh, Geppetto.
Geppetto, yes. They both remind me of Geppetto in their own right. And I like Christopher Plummer, and I think that seeing him as Dr. Parnassus, that was a fun take for him.
Parnassus. Okay, we're going to go with that. Parnassus.
Although, did you ever notice that Andrew Garfield must have had a lot of Red Bull?
He was so high strung.
Oh, that on top of that, did you notice that his shoes had wings and he was always wearing wings?
Yeah.
I like the attention to detail in this. It's so cool to see.
So this was something that I kind of like clicked into when I was watching. Mm-hmm. You could also say this is very loosely kind of an adaptation to like The Taking of Persephone.
Yeah.
And you could think that Andrew Garfield, with the wings and the way especially the way he's dressed in like that first bit where you see the troop and everything, you can say he was more like a Hermes type character.
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Especially with how Mark just pointed out the winged shoes, which is a trope that is commonly found with Hermes and how he is perceived in more modern mythology.
And then like we even had a bit of like the Casanova with the mask and that being taken off later with like Heath Ledger. And it was a lot of references to other things. And I thought it was fun. It was crazy and weird.
It was wild. Oh yeah.
But I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed it.
Is it that bad? No. It's not that bad. It's very. What year was this? This was 2009. 2009. So it's fairly young. And thinking of that cinematic time frame, and this isn't something that Heath Ledger is known for, but he in his own right, he does a great job with what he's given. I would like to see this readapted. I would like to see, maybe not as a film. I would like to see something expound upon, like some sort of series or some sort of flattery that could be given to this, because there's a lot to build off of.
Yeah.
There's a lot with this world being built and this theater troupe at hand. There are a lot of really interesting characters that can, have their own story to tell and do have their story to tell. And you don't really get to see a lot of that. It's not a profile piece,
Yeah.
This was a really nice choice, Mark. Nice job.
Thanks.
I was very surprised.
It was, yeah. It's very, I don't really remember hearing much about this. I don't really remember seeing trailers on TV or seeing any widespread promotional material.
I just really remember this as like being Heath Ledger's last film. That was the only thing that really like ever clicked to me about this film, was that this was his last film. And
yeah.
This is the one he wasn't able to finish.
Which is a shame, Heath Ledger, with everything that he was dealing with on a personal side note in his career. I was talking about this earlier with some coworkers of mine, talking about different performers and different actors who had really given in to the world of addiction and how sad that is, and how truly heartbreaking it is to understand that, it changes you. And it, for Heath Ledger, that was it, but do you think that this was for his work in this film, do you think it was a high note for him to end his career on?
I'll tell you, I think one of his best performances he's ever given us is a film he did right before this, which was The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, I think honestly, if we're talking about like the high note to end off of, I think it would probably be that. And I know that film got a lot of flack after he passed away. And
Dark
then
Knight
people found out more about this.
In Chicago. And this was kind of like, what was it, 2013? Released in 2013. So at the time, my dad was working on Wacker, which is right by Michigan Ave, which he, ironically still works on Wacker, different company, different building, but same street. And at the time, he was commuting through Michigan Avenue, and he was like on set of The Dark Knight, going back and forth to work every day. So he would send us pictures of the helicopter crashes, the Gotham police cars all piled up, with Chicago transformed into the city, or every time I, head into the city, I always take Lower Wacker. So I could, relive the Batman scene where he's going through Lower Wacker. But, that's such a, knowing that Heath Ledger made such an impact, not only for the legacy of that one really high tourist spot in Chicago, but for would you call that a DC Extended Universe film? would you consider it DC Extended Universe?
I mean, it's still Batman.
It's Batman. That's the thing.
I mean, you really can't look at DC as a whole and not look at the Bat. The Bat is one of the 3 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
And, he always will be.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Frickin' Batman.
Batman. I think it's really cool that the Batman, 2022, the Batman uses Chicago as for Gotham, as a Gotham set piece again, which I don't know if this was intentional by Matt Reeves, if it was some sort of homage to The Dark Knight and Christopher Nolan, or if he was like, hey, Chicago's really cool, and look at this sick architecture. And you go, yeah, you're right, Christopher Reeves. Where's Robert Pattinson? I'm on a hunt for him. But I think that's super. Was it a high note for him to end for Ledger to end his career on? Yeah. Did I like him in the Imaginarium? Of course. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's a role that he underplays or underperforms in. I can't say that there's something that I've seen Heath Ledger in and be like, yeah, I don't really like Heath. I don't be like, this is great. But Heath Ledger wasn't. I don't think that there's anything. I liked Brokeback Mountain. I think.
Okay.
You just don't want to quit him.
I just don't want to.
We can always be like
I
There's
do
just
have
guys being dudes on the ranch.
I mean,
oh my
yeah,
god.
totally.
I do have one question.
Yeah.
So your dad was like going back and forth and commuting through there when all that was going on for filming. Did he ever take a picture of some water and send it to you guys and say maybe it's been poisoned by the Joker, maybe not. See you at dinner.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, you know what though? I kind of wish he did, because at the time, this was rolling before I was really heavy hand into DC, where I was like, I will ride or die with Marvel until the end of time. And I couldn't care less about The Dark Knight at the time, So I was like, super cool, Dad. Not knowing what the heck was going on. And I don't know if, he understood how big that role was going to be. If Joker, I don't know if he's ever seen The Dark Knight to know that Joker was going to poison the water, and
Joker always poisons the water supply.
Now I have something to think about whenever I look at the rivers. The corner.
Has he poisoned the water supply? Has he not?
Well, is that why they turn them?
50-50. We'll find out.
He may have poisoned the water supply, but he will never get rid of the Asian carp that live there. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is that why they turn it green every year? Oh wait, they didn't do that last year.
It's the poison.
You're right. It's not St. Patrick's Day. It's the poison.
It's the Joker.
Poison.
It's
the Joker. Joker toxin is in the water. Making it green.
Man. But no, I really did I liked this movie a lot. I think it was a really nice change of pace compared to what we've been seeing or watching and viewing and discussing. I think this is a nice thumbs up. It's not that bad. It's actually pretty good. I would definitely show this to someone who's like, hey, what's a good old or quote unquote older film, Because you could tell it has a little bit of age to it.
Yeah.
It's
not that badly aged.
It's not that badly aged. It's not that bad.
It's not
that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, I don't really have any outstanding critiques. It's a happy medium for me. It's not. Is it stellar? No. I've seen a lot of films that are great without having to be the most, enigmatic, most, time questioning, reality altering pieces of cinema. I think this is, for what it's very fun to watch. There's a lot going on. I was constantly entertained. There wasn't a time where I was like, okay, checking the time, checking my phone, looking away, not paying attention. I really, one thing that I did was turn in my full attention for this one.
The whole 2 hours.
2 hours. Shocker. The whole 2 hours. And you know what? There are, even with like some TV series, I'm like, this is half an hour. And then like I'll be 15 minutes in and go, oh my God, there's another 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah. So thumbs up. Isn't that bad? The Imaginarium? No.
No, it's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
So this is also probably the most, shall we say, expensive film that's come out as far as like budget into the making of, because like we've talked about Leprechaun, we've talked about Monty Python,
right?
We've talked about Thanksgiving. We've talked about all these The Room, all these shoestring budget films, and this is a big production.
Yeah,
this is an all-star cast. I mean, these aren't like no-name actors that you're never going to see again. I mean, we've got Johnny Depp, we've got Jude Law, we've got Colin Farrell, just right there on the cover. And
now you bring up Monty Python. Looking back at what we've looked at before and seen before and liked and disliked before, Terry Gilliam, I believe is how you pronounce it. Terry Gilliam, who directed this movie, he actually, looking through his IMDb, he did a lot of work with Monty Python and Eric Idle specifically. So he wrote.
You think that's where the Imaginarium came from?
Maybe.
Especially like I kind of thought that with the earlier parts of the Imaginarium, where it kind of looks like it's like cardboard cutouts almost that are moving around everywhere.
And then off in the distance, you hear narrators saying, "And once the party went through the cave, they ate their fill of butt."
So he wrote The Life of Brian. He wrote
That's awesome.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. He wrote Monty Python's Flying Circus, Flygender Circus. He worked with Eric Idle on kind of breaking down Monty Python. He celebrated 30 years of Monty Python. So there's a lot of Python influence that which I think is, before I would not have known that he was so involved with a iconic comedy troupe without looking at his profile more closely. But now thinking about it, having that, very English sense of humor peppered in from time to time, you kind of see where the two bridge together. Mm-hmm. You can see where one kind of flatters the other and one can use that. Like you were talking about the cardboard cutouts and the voices and the narration. Like that's opening credits to Monty Python right there, where they're, screwing around with the audience.
And the mooses and the moose wranglers.
Mm-hmm, the moose wranglers.
We need this, you know what? For this movie to be a perfect film, we needed some moose wranglers.
The moose
9 out of 10, no moose wranglers.
We didn't get moose wranglers. You could have gotten 10 out of 10.
No moose with the slash, the Norwegian slash.
The Mises.
The Mies.
But yeah, I had fun.
It's a super interesting thing to add on. Especially, you really don't hear much about Terry Gilliam as a director or a producer or a screenwriter outside of this select handful of just belovedly, internationally beloved classics that are still being praised today. I wonder why this movie that he directed himself instead of wrote single-handedly didn't receive that type of praise or that sort of reverence. With someone of your prestige, you're like, okay, what was different about this one? What did you, what were you working with that didn't transfer as well as your older work? Was it a single-handed effort? Were you not working with your same writers? There's a lot of different influences and different factors that cater and that we can't answer between the three of us. But, I think that it's very peculiar that this flew so under the radar.
It's a fun time.
It is a fun time. It is, you know. Take me back to 2009. So like 10-year-old me could be like, you know what I want to go see tonight?
Right.
You wanted to see some chipmunks, don't lie.
Hey, did you know that the chipmunks are on the no-fly list?
Are they seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Where did you hear this?
It's like it's canon in the chipmunk lore.
Oh my god.
There's like I don't remember which all 3 chipmunks like are one, but
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore?
like all 3 of their chipmunk movies are like one movie, and I feel like they just released the same one over and over again.
Even Chimprecked?
Or in the cinematic Alvin and the Chipmunk universe.
Right?
Yes. They cannot. I don't know why that's so funny. It's these 3 little fucking rodents.
Can the chimpettes fly though?
Why do they have like their chussies out?
They're what?
They're chipmunk pussies. They're chussies.
I thought I heard you right, but I wasn't sure.
Because they do. They wear these like tiny little skirts, but everything's showing.
Yes. Like, what is the point?
It's like Winnie the Pooh. Have you ever seen a bear wear pants?
So if a bear wore pants, would it go all over 4 legs or 2? Would he walk around like, or would he walk around like on all 4s like a legitimate bear? Would Ian McGregor be there as Christopher Robin?
We can ask the Bernstein Bears.
I would put it this way: if a bear wore pants, I would think of it like Smokey the Bear.
Oh yeah,
and to wear like just pants, because like us. I mean, like if my dog wears like a thing or whatever, I mean, then they're like sleeves, so it's like a t-shirt or something.
Oh, yeah. We should show her the teddy bear picnic.
The teddy bear picnic. Yes. Oh my god, I need to send you something. So, do you ever watch
Crypt TV?
Crypt TV on YouTube?
I've heard of it. I've not watched it.
You need to.
Crypt TV. They're like an indie little studio or whatever, and they do a bunch of little horror shorts.
Oh, okay.
And like they've got a couple like ongoing series and stuff throughout that. And one of the ones that they came out with a few months ago was Teddy Bear Picnic. So I know Teddy Bear Picnic
was it a few months ago or was it last year?
It was like a few months ago. It was 2020.
I thought it was 2019.
Whatever. Any Hoosiers. So I know a Teddy Bear Picnic because like the daycare or whatever I went to, like every year we'd have like a teddy bear day. And like you'd bring like your stuffed animals or whatever, and like you'd listen to the thing, and it was like this fun little like whimsical thing that was totally child appropriate. And then Crypt TV decided to make a horror spin on a Teddy Bear Picnic, and they remade the song for it.
Ooh.
And it's very dark if you actually think about it. I was like, I've never thought of a Teddy Bear Picnic this way, but I'm kind of obsessed with it now.
Do you remember the Happy Tree Friends?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. That's what you're describing to me now. I'm kind of getting the same feel for it.
But like,
I don't like it. Oh, scary. I don't like it. I remember watching it like
you're gonna love it.
And I was like, fear. I have fear.
Thanks, Chris. Like, I know 2019 was last year, 2 years ago.
A couple of months, Chris Barrett. My God, always here to nitpick.
2020 didn't happen.
It's still 2020.
I'm still in 2019. I forgot that 2020. I forgot that we have an inauguration coming up.
What are you talking about? What inauguration? I thought we were just. Yeah.
We're just
Obama,
all gonna go and live on a farm.
We can.
I thought we were just all going to be imprisoned in our houses for a few months. You know, whatever.
Is that actually going to happen?
Probably.
Is there actually another lockdown?
He's saying he wants to.
You haven't been. Well, that's.
I've heard that he wants to, but
he keeps saying he wants to, but I don't know if he's going to be able to.
But his actions are going to speak louder than his words.
Just
I
like
don't know if he's going to be able to.
It's okay.
That's
Just
okay.
like he says, we're all going to be in electric cars eventually.
Maybe my car won't die on me.
Well,
Maybe.
wait for the EMP.
Consider that one. Checkmate, Joe Biden.
Is he going to buy me an electric
Checkmate.
car?
I don't know. Is he going to make college loans go away?
That's what he says.
That's what he
He
says.
can pay off my loans.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Come on, Sleepy
School's
Joe.
expensive. You can pay off my loans.
Come on, Joe. Joseph R. Biden. Come on, money, please.
Just got that glaring school debt. I'm like, yeah.
Wake up in the morning with a cup of Joe.
I pretend I do not see my growing school debt.
Oh, I see
look
mine.
away.
It's not fun.
Why are
Okay.
you looking at your
So
list?
I've been thinking about what we're going to watch next week.
All right.
Unless you have any final thoughts. This was a really quick discussion, but I don't think there's a lot more to discuss because this was such a fun movie to watch. Unless you have anything else to add about Imaginarium?
Final thoughts?
I definitely wanted to see more of the Imaginarium.
Yeah.
I wanted to know how he got to that point where he was up on that stage and about to give a speech, but instead he was punching the crap out of a kid. What led up to that?
I do wish we got to see more of what the Imaginarium was and how it came to be. Not only how we got to the stage, but how it was like, what was the inspiration behind it and how it was actually conceived.
Right.
It was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Chris Berg says he wants to make a suggestion.
I don't know if I want to hear it. What is it, Chris? Okay, well, it's type in. Katie, Cat runs
What's up?
reviews. Any closing thoughts? Any final thoughts?
I really enjoyed this film. Unfortunately, it did leave me with some questions that I feel like will never be answered at this point.
What are those questions?
All right, so the competition for the souls.
Mm-hmm.
And I know earlier in the chat, Ricky Marstead also pointed this out, where are they choosing between heaven and hell, or are they choosing going back to like the real world and hell, or are we just talking about like, and what happened to those 4 souls that Parnassus was able to take at that mall? Those women, like, are they soulless now? Do they still have their souls? Are they reborn? Like,
born again?
They looked pretty psycho coming out on those swings. Each one of them.
I do think it was really neat how they played with the concept of afterlife with the souls. I think that's very different. You really don't see that a lot outside of like horror or psychological thrillers or theological pieces. I think this was a really fun, fictitious way to approach that without having to like sit down and then watch 15 seasons of Supernatural and then be like, man, the finale sucked. I hate it here. You know?
It's better than Lost. It was all in his head.
You didn't miss anything. Don't watch it.
Oh, Lost.
Oh, no, Supernatural.
Oh. Yeah.
No,
I
said
bits
you
and pieces of it.
15. Yeah,
I saw the highlights.
I still haven't seen it.
I do like how this was more creative in its content and more out there with what I feel like it was, even though there are unanswered questions, there wasn't a lot of limitations. There was a lot of boldness and a lot of fun.
It was a very colorful.
It was very colorful.
I loved the separation between the real life, which was really dark and like dingy and faded and everything. Like you could tell, like it just hadn't been loved and kept up. Especially like the stage and everything with the tattered curtains and everything. But then you'd go into the Imaginarium and everything was so vibrant. And
it kind of reminds me
fantastical.
Of how, for those who have not seen WandaVision, I'm going to throw out a spoiler here, how they're playing with the color in WandaVision. If you on the second episode where they're throwing in these splashes of reds and yellows and greens how there's that separation in this movie that could be really likened to the use of color and other pieces of more modern entertainment media. And I think that was a really interesting move for them because they could really distinguish what's going on, kind of like in Inception with the spinning top.
Oh yeah.
Where you can distinguish reality from the dream world, where you can kind of distinguish reality from the Imaginarium.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
Chris
sense.
Barrett has made his suggestion. He wants us to take a look at National Lampoon Vegas Vacation.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I haven't seen it either. Have you seen it, Mark?
I'm pretty sure if you look hard enough, you can see a little leprechaun running around.
Is this where Chevy Chase says a slur to a leprechaun?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just making something up. I've never seen it either.
So I was going to suggest, because Mark's pick was pretty sharp this week, I was going to suggest a movie that I think is pretty sharp and underrated. Have you seen The Road to El Dorado?
The animated?
The animated.
One from Disney?
Is it? I think it's DreamWorks.
Is it Disney? It's DreamWorks.
It's not Disney.
I've seen it, but it's been so long. Like I was a munchkin.
Oh wait, The Road to El Dorado.
It's the one where
it's
like
the two different travelers,
and they play the game and everything, and like whoever loses is supposed to be sacrificed.
This is with the short blonde traveler with the lute, and then the tall dark-haired guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I really liked it. So yeah. I already know what I want to see, go back into it. Did I like it because it was a fun animated movie, or is it that bad? Do we want to take a look at it?
I haven't seen that since I was like my childhood.
Munchkin.
Do you guys want to go into something completely blind with Vegas Vacation?
Hey, it's your pick.
Want to look at a revisit?
If we go with your pick, we'll have the first animated film on this.
Okay. I was right. It is DreamWorks. Chris Barrett confirmed that it is DreamWorks. All right. I know it is on Netflix, or it should be on Netflix.
Okay.
All right.
It is one of my favorite animated cartoon films. Not one of my favorite animated films, or one of my cartoon films. Or 2D animation, to be more specific. I think it's a very underrated art form, especially in the more modern and more upbeat. You'll get things like Spider-Verse and Warner Brothers animating and all that really cool stuff. And it's very interesting looking at flat animation compared to 3D. So, yeah, El Dorado. I'm excited to go back and watch it. I haven't seen it in maybe 4 or 5 years. So it's not exactly fresh in my mind, which is really nice. It's not like I'm like, okay, I watched it last night. Let's go,
Jeez, I don't think I've seen that since I was like 9.
There you go.
I remember my mom really liked it.
I think that's about when it came out.
So I think that could be one I could watch with her and she'd really enjoy it. So this could be fun.
This could
be a lot of fun. It came out
in the 90s.
The Road to
El Dorado was 2000.
2000.
So right on the turn of the center, the turn of the century.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was about 9 or 10. Jeez.
I don't know. I thought it was older than that. It's so weird.
It's 20 years old.
I know. I just thought it was older than that.
I mean, was that a movie release or was that theater release?
I'm
sure it's the release, the film.
March 31st, 2000 theater release.
There you go. But yeah, I'm excited about this. Our first animated film on the thing. And it's DreamWorks, so we don't have to deal with the mouse yet.
Drew's too busy getting with the mouse.
we don't got to deal with the mouse yet.
We don't have to deal with the mouse yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Song of the South. No. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not encouraging it. But if you really wanted to, is Song of the South out there? I know they tried to like eradicate it. They took it off like all of their like the physical copies. They like stopped selling physical copies. I know it's
I'm sure
not.
if I look hard enough,
I'm sure you find it look hard enough. I know they recently didn't they say that they're gonna redo Splash Mountain?
Yeah, they were gonna take him out.
Yeah.
Speaking of old movies, then, isn't it weird to know that Hunchback of Notre Dame, Dom, and Finding Nemo are now period pieces?
No, they are not.
Yes, they are.
No,
Finding
they're
Nemo.
not.
Finding Nemo is.
Finding Nemo is a period piece.
How is Finding Nemo? I want to know what is the how do you define Finding Nemo as a period piece?
The coral reef
doesn't exist anymore.
Oh
it's
no!
Gone.
Just like Hunchback of Notre Dame, they're rebuilding it because it burned down a few years ago.
Burned down. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when that was like the worst thing that could possibly happen?
Yeah.
Does that mean that Kangaroo Jack is now a period piece?
Technically. Because Australia's still burning.
on fire.
Australia's still on fire.
I think.
Oh, Australia.
From what I heard it was.
Poor Australia.
Poor Australia. I have no desire to visit Australia.
Why?
My brother went there. He said it was glorious.
There are so many other places that I would rather see. Maybe Sydney.
New Zealand.
I would love to see New Zealand.
Gorgeous. Dude, I just want to walk.
Yeah. Why do you want to go to New Zealand? We could just watch all of Lord of the Rings again.
But you could be
you could live it. You could be in the Lord of the
Rings.
Wait till Lord of the Rings VR then.
Lord of the Rings Amazon series released its synopsis.
Ooh.
It's like 3,000 years before the movies.
Oh, is it the Silmarillion?
I think so.
They actually made the Silmarillion?
That could be really cool. I mean, because Hobbits, okay, so Hobbits before Lord of the Rings, Silmarillion's before Hobbit.
What's before the Silmarillion?
I don't know. Tolkien wrote a shit ton of stuff.
Is it a Knight's Tale?
No. Another Heath Ledger thing. I see what you did there. Knight's Tale.
It says here that they plan on bringing back old characters for the series too, which maybe Galadriel, maybe Gandalf, young Gandalf. I want to see Ian McKellen as Gandalf again. I liked him as Gandalf. He was cute. He's a cute old man. He's got a very soft-looking face. He kind of reminds me of one of those Shar-Pei dogs.
Unfortunately, we can't have Lee Pace.
What?
Remember, he died.
Oh my God, you're right.
He died a few years ago. So
we
can't have his character back.
He did. Yeah.
And we didn't even know he was evil until like halfway through Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings is one of those where you need to either like know exactly what you're getting into or know nothing about and then get into it as you go. Those extended cuts are like 9 hours long.
But they're fantastic. There's a scene of Gimli and Legolas, and they're trying to drink each other under the table. And Gimli is drunk as shit, slurring his words, and he's picking a fight with Legolas, saying Legolas can't hold his liquor. And Legolas is just staring at his hand. He's like, I think it's affecting me. And then you just see Gimli slam to the table and start snoring. Legolas is just looking at his hand.
I make a post, and they were like, I believe that Lord of the Rings is a Christmas movie, because there are elves in there.
Yep. Definitely.
I accept that.
I can deal with it.
And then 2,000 years later, Santa Claus put them in workshops to make toys.
Would you say that Santa Claus could have been in Middle Earth at one point?
Definitely.
We did see a lot of old men with long white beards.
Yeah. He
and
could have been
long
a very
hair.
slim, wizardly looking Middle Earth dweller.
And it didn't make a lot of sense to wear bright colors because you were just going to draw attention to yourself.
You're
There are a lot
in
of
this,
orcs
like,
running around and stuff, trolls. So
you don't want to
you
wear
gotta
bright red, and you don't want to wear like that standing out, that bird. You don't want it to be like pure white. It could spot you from across the trees.
Very true.
You're just asking to get hunted or shot or something.
I want an entire movie just about the Ents.
Oh, please.
The Ents. Just the Ents.
I remember going to see Battle of Five Armies when I was maybe a junior in high school. And at the time, the group of people, like my group of friends, was like everyone was so into Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And I was really trying to like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit like as intensely as they do. Like this was like all they would talk about. And I was like, yeah, I like it. I think it's super cool. And I read the books and, just to like, and I still think it's super cool. But like this was like as they live and breathe. And I remember like kind of looking at them during the movie to like gauge how I should respond to things. I was like, okay, this is a good time now. I was like, okay, what's going on? And
That's when you just like.
I remember when Feely and Keely died, and my friend next to me doubled over and just started bawling, and I was like, oh.
That was a sad moment.
I was like, is this the part where we start crying?
Yes.
Yes.
No, you should have just been a horrible
poor
person.
Tauriel.
Should have just been horrible and just started cracking up laughing. Like, that was the best comedy I've seen in a while.
Oh no.
And
That's
then
when I went to go see Logan with my friend. It was the two of us, and we went to go see Logan. It was like the Thursday night before the Friday premiere, and it was maybe 3 of us total in the theater. And at the very end of Logan, where he's in the tree stump, and we see X-23 walk up and take his hand, and I did what my friend did with Feely and Keely, just like I double over. I was like, why? And I'm crying, and I'm like, she's like, she took out her phone and she took a Snapchat of me crying in the theater.
Oh no.
I guess I'll laugh about it because I was like, yeah, that was pretty dramatic of me, but it still wasn't right, And I remember like the one other guy in there was like, he didn't say anything. He was like in the far back, like the far upper left corner or something, minding his own business. And I was like, this is so sad. I'm so upset. And she's like, I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
I think the last movie that actually made me cry in a movie theater was Jurassic World.
Really?
When they started killing the raptors.
Oh
I got very upset about that. And then there's a moment where you think the Indominus Rex is going to kill the T-Rex before Blue shows up, and they have like the greatest tag team known to mankind, which is T-Rex and Raptor. Yes, please. But I thought that the T-Rex was going to die, and this is the original T-Rex from the original park. And I was like, you motherfucker, don't you dare kill my Rexy.
Rexy?
Yes, Rexy. That is what the Jurassic Park fandom has named that T-Rex.
Rexy.
Her name is Rexy. She is an old gal. She's been through a lot. She's got some scars on her, but we love our Rexy.
Over the summer at the park, we did a screening of Jurassic Park. And I was like the chosen one to get to go hang out on the lawn and sell drinks and popcorn and stuff. And I was hanging out with one of the owners of the park and his wife, who I rub elbows with from time to time. And I was kind of ushering people off, hey, do you guys want something to see? Out? What can I get you? Bathrooms are that way, all that good stuff. And I wave over the owner and his wife, and I go, what are you, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is, every time I watch Jurassic Park, I forgot how cool Steven Spielberg is. And, the husband's a huge dork. And he's like, oh my God, I love Jurassic Park, I love dinosaurs, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh man, me too, super cool. Hammering it up with the guy. And I look at his wife and I go, hey, what did you think? She goes, I know I've seen this movie so many times before, but every time I watch it, I forget how it ends. I was like, you're so cute. And she said it like in the most sincere manner. She's like, she goes, I kind of forget about the ending, and then it just catches me by surprise. And I was like, okay,
They get out.
the raptors get into the lab. Don't tell me. They get out of the Jeep.
They get out.
Jeff Goldblum is there for some reason. Oh my God.
Clever girl.
I still remember I still remember the thing that came out on Twitter. There was a whole thing cancel Steven Spielberg a few years ago. It was a huge running joke. Okay. So it was a picture of Steven Spielberg with the Triceratops that was sick in Jurassic Park. A photograph of him with it. And it was all over Twitter. This was a few years ago. And everyone kept hashtag cancel Steven Spielberg. And it was he killed that poor, beautiful animal. And there were people that were straight up just being and this is why my children will never see a dinosaur. It was this evil man hunted that. And everyone's it's an animatronic for a movie.
It's not real.
And it's sick. It's not even dead.
I can't believe that Steven Spielberg was the one that set the meteor on the dinosaurs.
Yep.
You heard it here, folks. Is it that bad? Is Steven Spielberg that bad? Yes, cancel him.
I love Steven Spielberg so much.
So cool.
Oh my God.
Steven Spielberg is the reason why we can't see great white sharks in the ocean anymore.
Fuck you, Steven Spielberg.
Oh.
A couple of years, I remember when the second part of Harry Potter World opened up in Orlando. Okay. I begged and I pleaded for my folks to take me to Harry Potter World at Universal. So we went to Universal and we were working our way through the park. And we were at the Jaws, how Universal has the kind of the downtown Disney, where you walk through and it has the different storefronts, and they're all themed by different movies or different attractions. Mm-hmm. So we were hanging out by the Jaws theme attraction, and they have the shark. They have Jaws hanging upside down, and you can take a picture with them. The guys on Tinder who hold up the fish. And my dad.
Wait, how do you know this?
He hides his finger behind his hand, and he walks up to the shark, and he's goofing around with some guy, just some stranger. And he's like, yeah, last time I was with this shark, he did this, rah, 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 and he's doing a joke. This poor victim, he goes, oh yeah, me too. And he's got stubs. Bleach stubs. And my dad goes,
oh, shit.
Back by Jaws? And he goes, no, I was in war. And then he
oh, that's bad.
Vietnam, and I was like, oh my God. And he's like, super cool story, we gotta go now. He's walking away. Every now and then I'm hey, where's my finger go? He's excited.
Oh,
just Chris Barrett. Steven Spielberg is the reason why Germans lost World War II.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Aren't we glad though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Steven Spielberg. You are uncanceled.
Steven Spielberg saving the world. One person at a
Steven
time.
Spielberg kind of reminds me of George Lucas, where he just shows up. He just kind of renders.
He shows up and he just points and
there he is.
Oscar nominee worthy movie.
Yeah.
He's just there.
He's just there. Like, I know there's a tweet surfacing and going around, and I think it's like out of context videos, and it's some documentary, and George Lucas is just in the background, and he comes out of nowhere, and he walks in the frame, and this guy is like talking about quantum physics or something, and he's going on and on and on, and you see George Lucas in the blue and white flannel, the white Adidas's, and the jeans. And this man has one outfit. And he walks and nobody acknowledges that George Lucas is behind him. He's just like super excited to talk about physics. And you see like Lucas struggle to open a door, and then the scene changes.
Nice.
Oh.
So while you were in Harry Potter world, did you see Dr. Parnassus there?
I wish I did. I think that Universal needs to step up their game. I would like to see more of Dr. Parnassus.
But then does that make you wonder, did he set up Hogwarts?
Could Dr. Parnassus be Dumbledore?
Wasn't he, or was he not?
Could
he
be Dumbledore?
Could he be? Because we don't know what he did necessarily.
Because he is thousands of years old.
He is. He's ancient. Or do you think that he could have at one time, not even be Dumbledore, or you know what? Oh, that might work though. He could have ditched the identity of being Dr. Parnassus after the Imaginarium, and taken on this new thing and started this school for witchcraft and wizardry.
And he put his good friend Percy in charge of the local bank, Gringotts.
Ooh.
You know.
Because remember they said this is going to take a while to rebuild.
It's all full circle. And you know what? Stage productions like that take money.
They do.
Takes money.
And it kind of makes sense with how Hogwarts is constantly moving and changing and rearranging itself.
So are they all in his head still?
Is Hogwarts in the Imaginarium?
Instead of going through the mirror, they went through the wall.
But is Dumbledore's imagination powerful enough to control it the entire time?
Then who would be Snape?
Do you think it'd be the devil?
No, Snape's not evil.
No, actually, no.
There's a lot going on there.
Oh, who's the
character? Snape is an anti-hero.
Voldemort.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you think that Voldemort would be
the devil?
The devil.
The devil?
Yeah.
He does have a very serpentine look to him.
Yeah, but he's not chasing after teenage girls.
We don't know that.
Right. Who was chasing after? That's a great question. Who was in there?
Probably that one teacher. Oh God, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh my God, Lockhart.
Sorry, Lockhart.
Did you say Gilbert Gottfried?
I said Gilbert Gottfried. I don't know why that name came to mind for me. But Lockhart.
Gilbert Gottfried is now in the Harry Potter universe, and he was chasing after teenage girls.
Lockhart.
And they can always hear him coming because of his god awful voice.
He's like, hey, you know Aladdin? I was there. The worst Gilbert Gottfried impression known to mankind. Ow, claws. Thank you.
But I mean, I kind of thought about that at the end there. It's like, is he that person? And also Voldemort would make sense because during the Parnassus, he did become a serpent for a split second there.
He was like a water snake. He was
a water snake.
So do you think that would be, instead of having Nagini as the snake, do you think he was his own snake?
Maybe.
It does take place in London. It is UK based.
Mm-hmm.
It could be.
But then how would magic work outside of his Imaginarium?
Do you think the Ministry of Magic has its shit together?
No.
7 books and 8 movies later, You think it can hold itself together? It's like Parliament up in that
Wait.
bitch.
Wait. A movies. I thought there were like 9. Because now
I'm
they're
not
going.
thinking.
Now they're doing like the preludes, right?
No. Well,
Right.
no, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Beast.
it's a Fantastic Beast.
Yeah, all those.
Although you're right, it is like Parliament.
It's Parliament. I had a guy walk into work yesterday, and he looked like David Tennant from like the nose up, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's Barty Crouch." And I told him, I was like, hey, has anyone told you that you look a lot like this English actor? He was in Doctor Who. His name is David Tennant. This guy's like, I have no clue who you're talking about. So he pulled out his phone and looked it up. He's like, yeah, I do look like him. People have told me I look like Keanu Reeves, and I was like, okay. Who's this white guy with a widow's peak and dark hair? I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, I look like the guy from The Matrix, I think. And I was like, which one?
There's so
Basic
many.
white guy stand-in number 3.
He was the red pill compared to the blue pill.
Oh, I read an interesting article today. They
Yeah?
found a man living in O'Hare for 3 months.
Recently?
Yeah.
Today they arrested a man
Wow.
living in O'Hare for 3 months because he was afraid to fly during COVID.
So you just
So he
lived
just
in the
lived in
airport.
O'Hare?
So he lived in the security zone at O'Hare.
Goes to show how great the TSA is.
But he was inside the security zone for 3 months. And then it's like,
Was
Katie, look.
Did he work for O'Hare?
No, he was just
He
a
just wanted
person.
to live. He didn't want to fly, so he lived inside the airport.
Yeah.
My thing is like, how do you sleep?
You
Where
know
do you
what?
shower? How do you afford to feed yourself for
Hold
3
on,
months?
okay.
You would actually be very surprised. There are showers at O'Hare.
I know, like, but how do you afford to feed yourself? How do you go unnoticed, unseen that long?
You would be very surprised.
There's lists and checkpoints and all these things, and none
Once
of
you're
those things
inside-
dinged him.
Once you're inside, it is its own little thing.
Once you are inside O'Hare Airport, you live inside of O'Hare Airport, whether it's like for 5 hours or 12 hours or whatever your flight is.
Mhm.
You live
You're
there.
just in there.
Hmm.
Hell, I was stuck there for a
Apparently he
day.
was from, according to the Chicago Tribune on MSN, he was a California man that police said that was too afraid to fly due to COVID-19 and hid out inside O'Hare Airport for 3 months.
But
And
you're
he
still
looks
around all those
exactly
people.
as you would expect him to look. He kind of
After-
looks like he's got the beard of legend.
Yeah, after 3 months, you would have a big old beard. But
He
then
looks
he's
like,
afraid to. He's afraid to fly. But the thing
But then
is,
why are you living
Why
in the
did you
airport?
fly to Chicago?
why are you
From
living in the
California?
airport?
Why are you living in the airport? If you're afraid to fly, you don't want to be
I mean,
around the
where else
virus.
is he gonna go? Rosemont? You think he's gonna live in Rosemont for 3 months?
I don't
Maybe.
know, man.
Maybe. He can live in the convention center, I guess. Think about hey, wait.
That's very
So
true.
there's a hotel. There's the hotel that's connected to the Donnelly Stevens and that little entertainment center, like 5 minutes away from O'Hare. You could live there.
Yeah.
Zac and Cody did it. Why can't you?
The sweet life.
Yeah.
Life of Zac and Cody. I wanted to be them so badly.
I think the
Like
one
both
time
Zac and Cody. I wanted to be, and then Mr. Mosby committed manslaughter.
only with a vehicle.
Oh, I'm sorry, committed vehicular manslaughter.
That's even worse, though. I don't know why he was driving on the sidewalk, but he was.
I just remember reading that. I was like, yeah, it kind of makes sense for someone who played a hotel concierge on Disney Channel for so long.
Yeah.
I would not commit vehicular manslaughter, but I think I'd go a little bit crazy if that was me.
I think the closest I get to the sweet life of Zac and Cody is following Ashley Tisdale on Instagram.
I
Yep.
thought that was after the Sharpay movie.
Yep.
High
Oh,
School
what?
Musical?
Yep.
Yeah, her. Yeah.
She's basically Elle Woods light.
I was gonna say,
And I'm totally fine with that.
They're making another Legally Blonde.
What?
Okay, are they making it with Elle Woods, or are they going to be doing it with those like little cousins or whatever she has?
Elle Woods, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mindy Kaling is writing it. Is set to write it.
Okay, are they going to get Reese Witherspoon back?
They better. I'm not gonna watch it.
If they don't have Reese Witherspoon back, there's no point.
Legally, it says according to IMDb as my source, as my go-to source. Reese with her spoon is cast as with her spoon.
Yes,
is cast as Elle Woods.
Okay.
So Mindy Kaling will be writing it. Jamie Suck will be directing it.
Jamie Suck.
Third installment.
I heard it here.
Heard it first. I heard it first. I liked Legally Blonde. I thought it was fun.
I love Legally Blonde. And the second one, they're both fun, silly films.
They're very fun. They're very silly.
And you know what? The scene where I think I can 100% relate to her the most is watching a romantic scene or something like that when you've just gone through a breakup and the male character tells the female character in that scene or whatever that they love them and whatever, and you scream at the television and call them a liar and throw something at the screen. I know that feeling after a breakup.
It's not a great feeling to go through.
It's not.
It's really not.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, you know what? I was gonna say it kind of reminds me of White Chicks. I would like to see a remake of White Chicks.
White Chicks is a fun movie.
White Chicks is fun. I'd like to see that brought back, especially now. I think now is the time for White Chicks to return. I want to see Terry Crews again. I love Terry Crews.
Isn't Terry Crews
Old Spice?
Terry Crews! He's Old Spice. He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I thinking of?
Yeah, I still think that scene's hilarious. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite song.
That's what he said. I know he cheated on his wife too, which I'm like, Terry, we're not gonna do that. Oh shit!
I remember the commercial.
Isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is.
What? Terry Crews for what?
Is he not?
He's an Old Spice.
Yeah.
I think.
No,
I think you're right, Mark.
I remember because there was one Super Bowl commercial where he's like, Old Spice is so strong, and like it broke into someone else's commercial while they were in the middle of it. It was like for some sort of Tide Pod commercial or something.
Who am I thinking of?
I'm curious to see as to how the Super Bowl will proceed this year.
Oh, I just wish
I kind of don't want to see it. I don't want to see the commercials because I can tell you right now what they're going to be. The best part of the Super Bowl too. I already know what they're going to be. They're going to be like, "Yay! During this unprecedented time,
oh God,
we at Amazon stand with you. I'm Jeff Bezos, and I've never interacted with another human being."
But I listen to everything you say on Alexa.
But I know your whole life story because I've recorded it in your home, and you paid me for this experience.
Thank you. Thank you for 2020. Where I hear all of your good thoughts.
Oh my God.
The more you know from Amazon.
Dude, so like the last one we had, we had the death of Mr. Peanut.
I remember the Peanut death.
We're bringing it full circle with the episodes now, because we already discussed it on here. Do we think that they're going to try to up it and kill off any other mascots?
I would like to see
And if so, who would we want to take the
die?
plunge? Yeah.
I am sick and tired of seeing the white pit bull, Mr. Clean, being sexualized. No more Mr. Clean.
You don't like the bald head, the shiny head, especially with like the white t-shirt going. You know, like the animated Vin Diesel. You don't like animated Vin Diesel?
Is he gonna go to space in Fast 9? No, then I don't want him. Okay.
What if he does and he brings out a magic eraser and cleans like
those things are pretty good. I will give
those are fantastic. What if he cleans like the upholstery of his car with one of those?
It's just Mr. Clean because of the magic razor. And see, now that I think about it, the only mascot I would like to die is like Mr. Peanut because I don't care about him.
Wait,
I'm gonna call it right now. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. I think that Snap should go. I think that Snap should go. That way Crackle and Pop have nowhere to go. And I want to see the descent into madness for those two.
Do you think
that could get dark quick?
That's gonna get dark. Do you think that the Energizer Bunny will ever just like combust?
I hope not.
Well, I mean, batteries are known to explode.
I like the Energizer Bunny because he keeps going and going and going.
Ooh, what about the M&Ms?
If they kill off the green M&M, then heterosexuality is dead. Goodbye.
Well, like if they kill off the M&Ms, because how do they get the M&Ms inside of the chocolate bar? They have to melt a few of them to make the bars.
Well, no. You have to remember, like with the peanut M&M, it's just a very awkward thing.
The green peanut and Mr. Peanut.
That's why he's so scared all the time.
Is that
why is the green M&M a seductress? Like that's what I want to know.
Well, because how else do you think you have the peanut inside of the M&M? Mr. Peanut.
That Mr.
I got you.
No, you know what I'm trying to say. No more goldfish. Fish.
Wow.
Oh.
They have contributed nothing to society. They may be the snack that smiles back. But what else have they done? Have they paid their taxes?
Oh.
Have they paid their taxes?
Have they paid their taxes? We need to see those tax returns, Fish.
You know why Donald Trump is so orange? It's because he's working with the goldfish to commit tax fraud.
And he smiles back.
Oh my god. So does this mean that Gummy Sharks is gonna go after the goldfish?
Jaws. Gummy Jaws. Okay. Flipping the narrative here.
Okay.
What is one commercial that you would actually want to see for this year's Super Bowl? It could be character based for a mascot. It could be something like you're handed an unlimited budget and you will produce your own 30-second commercial. How would it go?
Mm-hmm.
But it could be for anything. It doesn't have to be a snack food.
I would like to see the return of Morris the cat.
Oh my god!
For the cat food commercials, because Morris the cat died a few years ago, and they have not had another like official Morris the cat come out since. And I would like Morris the cat to return.
Okay. What about you,
much like a Garfield type character?
Yeah,
that just could care less.
I really don't watch that much television, so I really don't know. Any commercial for 30 seconds.
Fun, Any commercial.
This could be for your favorite brand. It could be a celebrity that you like. Anything. It could be for a show that you want to come out, a video game that you're waiting to come out.
Give me more Honey Badger.
Honey Badger don't care.
2020, Honey Badger didn't give a shit. He don't give a fuck.
Honey Badger is no longer not just stopped caring. Honey Badger doesn't give a fuck.
None. 0.
Yeah.
What about you, Annie?
What I would like to see, I really liked Bill Murray in the Caddyshack commercial last year with the gopher. I would like to see more play
You mean Groundhog's Day?
Or Groundhog's Day. I'm sorry.
Caddyshack was awesome, though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's got to run him with gophers. I was watching Caddyshack last night. Maybe that's why I'm thinking about it. But I would like to see more of those type of commercials where you're bringing back, like, I would like to see Steve Martin do something with like Martin Short and relive like a Father of the Bride moment, or you know, something paying homage to those types of films. So like bring back Matthew Broderick and like a fucking car commercial in Ferris Bueller, you know?
I think they did that.
They did. Did they really?
I think
They might have.
I think
actually.
they may have done that.
Uh,
Or actually, speaking of really old mascots, I want to see the the Taco Bell dog.
Oh my god, the Taco
Where's
Bell.
he been?
I want to see the Aflac duck.
Yes, where has that
Yes.
been?
Where is he? Where are they? Are they together? Like,
Are they safe?
like, out?
Are they safe where they are?
I would
Or
like to
the-
know.
Are they okay?
Or the Toads for the Budweiser.
Oh my
commercial.
god, you know what?
No,
You're
Spuds
right.
McKenzie.
There was a Ferris Bueller Super Bowl commercial. It was in 2012
It was for like Honda or
for
something like
Honda.
that.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind, I guess. Okay.
Oh wait,
But
that's kind of messed up.
I think that's a lot of fun. Oh.
That's sad.
That could be an interesting thing. Have the cat coming out of the ground and then start talking
No.
about really.
No.
Ooh, then start talking about recalled cat food. Yeah,
Oh.
that could work.
No.
This is why you cannot feed this to your pets. Bring the cat out of the ground.
That would be a great Petco commercial.
Yep.
Have there been I want to see like the two guys in the car that do the Sonic commercials.
Yeah.
I would like to see something extended with them. It doesn't have to be for Sonic. They could be going through
What
like
if it was-
different fast food chains.
What if it was a car commercial? Like for, they were test driving a car and they went to Sonic during the test drive and then they spilt like their slushie or their ice cream or whatever all over the seat. And then they got in trouble when they went to return the car.
I would watch that.
I would watch the hell out of
I would
that.
watch it.
Is that kind of
Maybe
like?
something like
Is that
a
kind of like Jackass when they rented the car and they took it to Demolition Derby? They did that at that series. It was
Did
so
they?
funny.
That sounds like fun.
That sounds like a lawsuit.
No,
That's-
because what they signed the insurance
would-
policy
okay.
on it. They signed the insurance policy, but they totally just demolished this car. But it was still drivable. And then he's like, "Yeah, well, I took it to the car wash after I was done."
I know what you're talking about. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
There's like
Hey, if you get the full coverage, you're covered for practically anything on that.
Yeah.
that's what they were trying to explain to the people when they returned it. And it's like,
I
you're
do
gonna
have
have to
a
pay.
feeling. I have a feeling that we're going to see Pedro Pascal doing something with a Mandalorian. I have
Yeah.
a feeling we're going to see a lot of
Wearing a
Mandalorian
mask.
jokes, a lot of Grogu Baby Yoda jokes, masks, a lot of mask jokes.
Mhm.
What else is there to make fun of? A lot, but like
We're
I
definitely going to see
think that we're going to
that.
see. Oh, you know what I want to see? I know it. I want to see Jake Gyllenhaal, Boy in the Bubble, but now.
Yes.
I want to see Jake Gyllenhaal, Boy in the Bubble, but like quarantine style.
Yes.
30 seconds. He's still doing his bubble thing.
But every time he walks around, you hear the like squeaky, like at an old person's house that's always covered in plastic. The furniture.
Yeah. I think that would be fun. I think that'd be a really fun, just kind of way to look at everything.
Oh, what else?
I figured out another mascot team that I'd be fine with killing off.
Who?
The hamsters from the Kia commercials.
They need to. Yes. Oh.
I'm fine with them all dying horribly. Like, literally, they can be in the middle of a dance number, and then, like, a Kia Soul could come out and just, like, hit them all.
No.
I'm fine with it.
They're driving along the road, and one of the wheels fall off. And
How
so
about
then
they
the
drive
hamsters-
off a cliff, and then there's a fiery explosion brought to you by Michael Bay.
A
That's how he introduces his next Transformers whatever he's working on right now. Oh man. I still don't know if the Transformers isn't that bad. Are the Transformers that bad? Like I can't tell.
The new ones? Or like
any like any Michael Bay Transformers, because they're all kind of the same thing.
It's the same movie, copy paste.
Well, it's the same movie, but like thinking about it, they came out within the same time period of each other. There wasn't a lot of space between them.
They constantly make up rules that they throw out the very next film, and they never go back to any of that. They never discuss.
Kind of reminds me of James Cameron's Avatar, where everything is made up as they go, and they don't remember anything.
So, Blue Pocahontas makes me uncomfortable as well, because they screw around with their ponytails, and they also ride horses with their ponytails. Me personally, if I was a horse, I would be very uncomfortable around James Cameron. I'm just saying.
Especially his ponytail.
James Cameron, why do you have so many of these coming out that have not come out yet?
He's supposed to have like 6 of them by now.
No. James
like
Cameron.
The original timeline that he had for it, where he said every single one.
Every 10 years, a James Cameron film.
Wasn't he supposed to have Leona Lewis in one of them?
So the first Avatar came out in 2009.
So then we're due
Avatar
for another
2
one.
is still sitting on the 2022 benchmark. Avatar 3, 2024. Avatar 5, 2028.
Nope.
But like, when is Avatar 4 coming out? Or they get a thanks killing it and just skip?
They're gonna skip ahead to Avatar 6.
No.
Avatar 6, and they're just gonna reference it later on.
It's like
it's files.
Be like, what happened to 5? Well, remember when they were all in space and they were asleep in those pods? That's 5 hours of them sleeping in those pods.
You slept through it.
ASMR. James Cameron tries to explain Avatar to you,
and
you are asleep the entire time.
Hi, I'm James Cameron. And tonight we're going to be talking about blue people and their ponytails.
Oh my god.
Yes.
It is the ponytails. I'm like, dude, I'd be very uncomfortable.
You got very connected with your horse, and your horse was connected with you. Chapter 4.
Avatar 4 isn't going to be about how to connect with the
Does okay? I have a question.
Wait, did he actually? Wait, isn't the ponytail also connected to the tree?
Yes, and the birds and stuff. So, does James Cameron have a fetish for horses? Is he into horses? Is this canon? Do you don't want to answer?
Also, here's something that's a little fun fact and weird. James Cameron actually did inspire the military to create those helicopters.
Wow.
They are coming out with those.
Are they really?
Yeah, they used his concept to make a helicopter like that.
Okay. I mean, as long as they're not, the military isn't screwing around with horses, that's fine.
As far as we know, they don't.
Who knows what they're doing with those millions of dollars?
Well, I mean, they used to strap turrets to elephants, so who knows?
I'm so sorry. Avatar 4 will release in 2026 and is currently filming. Okay.
How is it currently filming
How
if
is
we
it
don't even have
currently
the others
filming?
out?
Are they just doing like what they did with like the Disney Plus method, where they're using like those incredible screens and not shooting on location?
Maybe.
It could be. I haven't seen Avatar since it came out.
I just remember the McDonald's commercials for the Avatar.
Oh my god.
They didn't create any food for it like Mulan, but they had the commercials for McDonald's.
McDonald's has been significantly slacking. I don't care about the McRib. Give me back my snack wrap, or so God help me.
Dude.
I'm not loving it.
Mighty Wings.
So good.
Mighty Wings.
Or actually,
do you remember when McDonald's had spaghetti?
ew.
No.
They had like it was like.
Was it when they had the diners? You remember the McDonald's diners when they had those?
I do remember the diners. McDonald's spaghetti. I feel like Eminem rapping about my mom's spaghetti.
Ooh.
The mixed spaghetti was introduced in the early 1970s.
Okay.
And probably discontinued in the late.
It was a spaghetti dish it was pasta, marinara, meatballs, and cheese. It was discontinued in the United States, except for Orlando, Florida. It's still internationally offered.
You know, you guys just made me think of what my choice is going to be for the next one.
Okay.
Yep. Just thank McDonald's, everyone. Thank McDonald's.
I have a feeling that it's not the founder.
It's not.
You remember the Rock and Roll McDonald's?
Oh my gosh.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
Yeah. It was like a Hard Rock cafe, except it was McDonald's. So like the exterior, like the arches, the traditional golden arches, it was like a big electric guitar. Everything was themed around rock and roll. There's one in the north side of Chicago, in the River North area, and it was the Rock and Roll McDonald's next to the Rainforest Cafe.
Oh, I remember the Rainforest Cafes. Those are fun.
My coworker was like, I can't wait to take my kid to the Rainforest Cafe for his birthday this week. And I was like, this week? Of what year? They're gone. And this man, like, he responded as if it was like the first time that he heard that Rainforest Cafes were shutting down.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a Rainforest Cafe is.
Well, we should go to one before. Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Maybe oh.
I'll Google it. How about that?
I'll put you on a VR headset.
Okay.
VR headset. I go back to
live
a
through it
cafe so that I can get drunk as it thunderstorms around me.
Yes. And tree frogs all over the
There are
place.
animatronic alligators that are horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Everything moves like you're in Chuck E. Cheese.
The casino for kids. Welcome to Chuck E. Cheese, where you have.
I almost worked at Chuck E. Cheese a couple of years ago. I was very close. So in my hometown, the little Chuck E. Cheese was hiring, and I went in and I was like, "Hey, I would love to have a summer job at Chuck E. Cheese." And walking into the Chuck E. Cheese was like I felt more depressed walking in than I did walking out. You know, I felt like I had to go home and take like an Adderall to make myself feel better. About being in this Chuck E. Cheese. Well, I walked up and it was like empty. And then the back where the stage and Chucky and his rat band play was dark. Like there was nothing going on. And it was still like the really old booths. It was just a really sad experience. But I was like, hey, are you guys, I filled out the application. I was like, I could work at Chuck E. Cheese. because working at Chuck E. Cheese means you're doing nothing. And they were like, so, we are hiring, but we're only hiring for birthday parties. I was like, sweet. When is the next birthday party? And they go, we don't know. We'll call you when we get one. And I'm like, hey. So I wrote down my number. I was like, here's my number. And they're like, all right, cool. We'll call you if we get a party. And I never got a call.
They still have not gotten a party.
No.
So,
No.
We should go find this Chuck E. Cheese just so we can call Annie in.
Yeah, come on.
we're going to get Annie a job, everyone.
We're going to get Annie a job.
We're all going to call Chuck E. Cheese, set up a birthday party, and get Annie a job.
I'm going to order a bunch of pizza and a bunch of beer just so you can bring it in.
Always pizza that they rewrite, like they take the old slices and they just heat it up again.
Oh yeah, that's the best.
One of my coworkers now, he used to be Chucky at Chuck E. Cheese.
That's like being the mouse at Disneyland, right?
I think so. It's like a smaller scale mouse at Disneyland. Same level of fame.
Like Mickey Mouse's bastard cousin.
But wait,
we'll keep going.
Isn't Chucky like a rat?
Yeah.
Mice and rats are related, aren't they?
I mean, one's the size of a cat, the other's really small.
So?
One feeds his family with turtles, the other one's
really just trying to bring that pizza home because he's an adoptive father of 4 young, hungry, teenage turtles. Never stop eating that pizza.
Thank you, Splinter.
Yeah.
I love you
for your sacrifice, Splinter.
Thank you, Master Splinter.
Best dad around.
Oh, that's okay. I also read a... Oh, gosh, so what happened last year? I read an article last year that rats started...
Last year is in 2020 or like 2019?
Like, as in 2020.
Okay, so last year you read an article.
About rats being cannibalistic and starting to attack people because they were running out of food on the streets.
Just like Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you heard about that too?
I did. That's so fucking weird. I don't like it. He's such a strange guy.
I read his DMs and I was like, oh God.
I saw them and I was like,
Katie, I don't want your toe.
He wanted to cut off her toe.
I do not want
to. Put it in his pocket and just have it.
It's better in his pocket. It's better than in his pocket than making it into like a keychain. Put around his neck, for a little moment.
Well, no. He wanted to like take this girl's hands. That way he could have real earmuffs and just put her hands.
But then if he put it around the necklace, it would be a little memento.
See, full circle. We want cannibalism, all that.
My custom made Armie Hammer choker. What a weird guy. What a real strange thing to read. Yeah. I didn't know that about rats, though. I just kind of assumed that they were herbivoric.
It's been a rough year for everyone.
It really has. Where is Pizza Rat?
Where is Pizza Rat? Probably holed up somewhere with a lot of frozen pizza.
Is Pizza Rat Chuck E. Cheese?
Probably.
Ooh, is Pizza Rat Chucky? And he's got to get those old slices to remake pizza.
He's in the New York subway.
Got to keep stuff going somehow.
Yeah.
Got to keep that ship afloating.
He's got pizza coming in.
Birthday parties right now, so he's got to do something.
How the hell did Chuck E. Cheese outlived by local Blockbuster? I don't know how to answer that one. I've got a friend who still carries his Blockbuster card around with him. And when he goes out and when he used to go to bars, if you could consciously go to a bar, I'll go to a bar outside, but when you wanted to go in a crowded bar when you were shoulder to shoulder with 500 people, he wouldn't take his ID out. He would show his Blockbuster card.
And they would let him in.
And they would let him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I wish I still had mine.
Blockbuster was so cool. Didn't he have a bad run-in with Blockbuster with Buffy, right? Kat?
No. So that was
Or was that Family Video?
It was Video Update.
Okay.
That was a local little video store
Okay.
that was like right next to like our marsh at the time.
The
that it's like a rent to own center now or some nonsense like that. I don't know. But they put in another grocery store where Marsh used to be. And it was funny because it was like for the longest time, my entire childhood, there was always a movie place there, but it kept switching hands of the owner. So it was Video Update, movie, like hot movie releases was one of them. Video Palace was another one. And it was like every couple of months it had a new sign and it was a new place, brand new opening. And it's like, it's the same exact thing. They didn't even change over the signs for like the kids section and like action and whatever. You know, it's too bad they didn't have a sign that said adult.
That would have been helpful.
It might have been.
Maybe. We had the local Red Box outside of the Jewel Osco. So it was a vending machine.
Yeah.
You pay $1 and you could rent out a movie. It was $1 per night.
Yeah.
And you could rent out movies and video games and then return them. So like you'd enter your card information and you'd be like, I want to watch fucking Hallmark, you know? And you'd have it for a week and they'd charge you $7 and you return it and you could get another movie or switch it out and stuff like that. I think it's still, I know I've seen Red Boxes still around. I don't know.
They're all over the place here.
We still have a ton of them.
You have a lot of Red Boxes?
Mm-hmm.
We used to use them
except
a lot,
in the rough neighborhoods. Sorry. Go on.
No, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's the only. There are a ton of them all over the place, except they're not in the rough neighborhoods because they're just gone.
Yeah,
they're just little pegs out of the ground that used to be a red box.
What do you do with a stolen red box?
Break up and get all those movies.
I mean,
like you said, it's
I don't want to. A lot like it's the movies that nobody wants to watch in the red box.
Yeah.
Occasionally they got new releases, but it was like one in there, and that was it.
Okay, I want to see what's in Redbox right now.
I know they had what was it, A Dog's Story for like the longest time. It's probably still on there. It's not even like a Marley and Me type situation. It's literally a talking dog that's not even talking. It's just a monologue over a dog that's running around.
Browse movies. All right, Redbox. What do we got? We have Tenet, Liam Neeson's The Honest Thief, The Empty Man, The War with Grandpa, Love and Monsters, Unhinged with Russell Crowe, Mulan, The New Mutants,
there you go,
Bill and Ted, Antebellum, Sonic, Scoob, Bloodshot, Hitman's Bodyguard is back again, Shazam, if anyone is looking to watch Shazam again, you can get it at Redbox. Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford and the animated dog, The Invisible Man, Wonder Woman, the first one, Deadpool 2, 1917. 1917. I would go to Redbox to rent 1917.
I'll just give you the QR code for it for free.
I really, really liked 1917. I thought it was a wonderfully shot film. It is definitely one of my favorite war movies. I'm not a big war movie person, besides like Tropic Thunder. I'm
just a guy playing a guy dressed as the other guy.
Yep.
Downey Jr.
Yep.
Oh my god. Do you remember when people tried to crucify Downey Jr. for doing blackface?
But no one talks about Vernon Troyer during Dr. Parnassus.
Where's the voices when we need them the most? Where are these social justice? Oh,
He did do
Probably ripping someone else a new one.
The Hunt. The Hunt was the last thing I saw. The Hunt and Bloodshot about a year ago, back to back in theaters. Would I paid $1 to watch either of them again? No.
The Hunt was bad.
The Hunt was fine. I just felt like I was being spoon-fed things I already kind of believe in from a personal standpoint, from my own political compass. Where I'm not saying
an agenda. There's like
I'm not even. It just seems like it tries too hard.
And got so far, but in the end, it doesn't matter.
And it's not funny, you know. There are some funny points, but it really just tries really, really hard to be aware of the current situation, and it's not very subtle. Like if it was more subtle, I think I would like it more, you know. But because it's Dennis Reynolds from It's Always Sunny being like, "Hey guys, I'm Dennis Reynolds from It's Always Sunny," you know. It is Blumhouse, so Blumhouse. I really want to see what I can't wait to get into Blumhouse with you, Kat. I really want to hear what you think about that. I know we will definitely watch some Blumhouse.
Yes.
On this channel or on the show, because it strikes me as a studio that you would like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We have a lot of it.
The Hunt is not Upgrade is definitely up there for my Blumhouse picks. I think it's their best, hands down. I do. I think it's super cool.
I would say the one thing with when I watched The Hunt, I got really excited when I found out Emma Roberts was in it.
Yeah.
Because like she's someone that you don't always think about, but I always really enjoy her and things, especially like horror centric things that she's been choosing lately. She's really kind of come into her own in that genre, and I got really excited when I saw she was gonna be in it, and then it's like, oh, that's over.
I know.
She died quick.
And that one scene at the end of The Hunt goes on for so long. So long.
Or this slight comedy they tried to put in there. It's like, oh, did you pull the pin? No, did you?
I know. The commentary. But I felt like I was rewatching Deadpool with the third wall break, the fourth wall breaks. You know.
Yeah.
Again, it had really cool. I was most intrigued by the concept. I thought it was a very interesting concept, but I felt like it beat itself to death for all the wrong reasons. And again, I am the least conservative person that you will ever come across. But I think that if you oversaturate your films with your own personal narrative and you don't do anything cinematically with that, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And if you pour your entire budget into trying to just try really, really hard and have no further effort in any other aspect, I don't know. But it's on Redbox.
What was that?
You got Justice League. Justice League on Redbox. If you don't want to sit through Zack Snyder's 4-hour cut of Justice League on HBO Max.
They released the Snyder cut?
No, they're going
to release it as a 4-hour cut.
Yes.
We're watching it.
Oh, we're watching it.
Oh, yes.
Can we can we intermission on StreamYard?
Yeah.
If we were to live stream a live reaction to 4-hour Snyder cut viewing,
could do it.
Could we do like breaks in between and break it up into like 4 acts?
We probably could.
Yeah,
I would be down
for that. I would be down for that. The Snyder cut isn't that bad.
Is it that?
I'm down for that.
No,
next to Justice League is Batman versus Superman. Underneath that is the first Deadpool. So it's Redbox is trying to keep things fresh from like the last 5 years.
I kind of wonder what they're going to do for Deadpool 3.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you have any predictions?
I think that Thanos and
Cable.
are gonna have to fight with each other.
Okay, that begs the question: when does this take place? If we have Thanos coming back.
Well, we also have time manipulation.
Oh
It's
shit!
true,
Yeah, you're
too.
right.
So it
That
can
is
be any
true.
time, honestly. It
I'm,
could even just be for a one-off joke if Deadpool wants to like start something.
Are you guys Deadpool fans? Do you like Deadpool?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's actually one of Mark's favorite comic book films.
The first one or the second one? Or both of them?
The first one.
The first one?
The second one
It's a
was
fun
pretty
one.
funny. Yeah.
I still wish they were kind of transitioning into the X-Force.
Right.
That would be that would be cool.
I mean, for the second one, there were a lot of little Easter eggs.
There were a lot of Easter eggs.
Like, did you
I
notice
think
that everybody who died, their canon photo had a knife through them, except for the one that had the safety pins, the only one that lived?
Ooh. There you
Yep.
go.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. That was
Brad
hilarious.
Pitt was in it.
I love Brad Pitt. I do. I am looking forward to seeing, because Kevin Feige had said that it's both R-rated. The third one is going to be R-rated, and it's going to be within the MCU.
Yeah, so I'm also waiting for Deadpool to just pop up during one of the Avengers fighting scene. Be like, hey, I made it, guys. And they're like, wait, what are
He's
you doing?
missed so many battles.
It's like,
I
"Wait,
would
what
like
are
to
you
see
doing?"
like a record scratch freeze frame. I want to see him self-insert into like the girl power scene and Endgame.
Ooh, do you think he's gonna make a Loki joke?
Oh, he's got to make a Loki joke. Loki's stealing his shtick. He's stealing his thunder.
Yeah,
Which I'm so excited for Loki.
Yes.
that looks awesome.
I'm very excited for Loki.
I'll tell you one thing right now. The one thing that I'm a little disappointed about.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are going with Vote Loki on this, which I love that run in the comics. That little mini series is so much fun. But one of the things that I loved about Vote Loki was the fact that he had Angela on as his Secret Service. She's the head of the Secret Service. And we're not going to have Angela because Angela's not a part of the MCU.
Oh, man, you're
Or at
right.
least she's not yet. But it's just like, I feel like we've had so many little opportunities where we could have like just kind of shoehorned her in.
Yeah.
Even if it's just awkward and you don't want to explain it, just make it happen. I want some Angela.
You know
in
what,
this.
though? There's some time between now and Loki.
Just push her in
May,
somewhere.
which is coming in May.
I
So
was
we have a
gonna say-
couple of months where they could, add a little more meat to these bones. But at the same time, I kind of like the bare bones approach that they're taking to it. Where you're not, it's kind of the same thing that they did with the WandaVision promotions, where they only showed you what they wanted you to see. Where compared to more bombastic trailers, where they're showing you a highlights reel.
Yeah.
Of everything that they want you to see, and you go, oh my God, that's going to be what it's like. And, and you go and you watch Assassin's Creed with Michael Fassbender in 2016. and Ubisoft plays you for your money. But no, I'm looking forward to Loki. I'm kind of looking forward to Loki over Winter Soldier. I love Bucky. He's my boy. Romanian to Romanian. Romanian to Romanian. Bucky is my guy. I do hope they give Sebastian Stan a lot more of that comic book feel to Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of that brainwashed Winter Soldier. Where he gets to kind of be more loose and more back how he was before the war with Sam.
Yeah.
I think that's, especially how they're kind of taking that WandaVision approach where they're loosening up with the House of M. And it's not like strictly knock them down superhero stuff.
Snap, Gene.
Hi, Gene.
Oh, Gene. So wait, what are you drinking tonight, Annie?
Tonight I am drinking Eris No Way Rosé. It's a cherry cider. It tastes kind of like a like a cherry sweet tart.
Hmm.
Or like one of those pink sweet tarts. If you know what I'm talking about. So it's not, you don't really get that. It's not very hard, or it's not very like a heavy drink, a very strong drink. But I think it's not a winter drink either. You know what I mean?
It's like a
It's very like a winter. Like I'm not looking like, it's not like you go outside in the winter and you're drinking your stouts or your hot apple ciders, your mulled wines. This is more something that I would take like summer, sit by a campfire, hang out.
You can sit by a campfire in the winter.
I could. I'm doing it now. Yeah, this Eris brand, I recently found out about them through work, and I'm really liking what they have to offer.
There we go.
Yep.
What were you drinking earlier while I was having a car catastrophe?
With your unknown coordinates that have no address.
No. Good luck.
They killed
Good luck
that
finding me.
AAA driver, by the way.
That poor guy. I felt so bad. Someone, I'm trying to.
It was a ploy. Oh, my car died. All right, quick.
Oh no! Oh no! But like even on the
Bring
phone,
the weed whacker.
on the phone, and I was like, okay. So I'm like in the middle of the woods, and I don't have an address, but I sent my app like my direct location, and he's like, in the middle of the woods.
He knows. He knows what's up.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would have to sit in a car and wait for someone to show up and like be like, "Hello, AAA here," I thought I was better than a car breaking down, but I guess not.
There was one time I was with someone and we had to wait overnight for AAA to show up because we were in the middle of a national forest and got stuck in the mud.
Forest too? See?
Yeah.
They got stuck in the mud.
Oh, it was definitely stuck. Like, climb out the window stuck.
So was the mud like, was it just on the tires or was it up the doors or?
I had to climb. It was up the doors.
Okay.
It was dark. We were just like got a little phone flashlights. Like, you might be able to make it. And then
No.
that shit got stuck so fast. Yeah.
Which forest were you in? Which national park?
The Hoosier National.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I didn't know Indiana had a state park.
Supposedly it's where Bigfoot is. Supposedly.
Good for you guys. More bragging rights for Indiana.
I mean, every time you
More
go,
than corn in Indiana.
every time you go,
There's a national park too. There's Gary and there's a national park.
And Garfield.
And Garfield. Wait. Oh my god. Have you guys seen Garfield without Garfield? Where it's the comic strips and it's like it's a Garfield comic strip.
Very depressing.
And Garfield is edited out.
Like, John is just insane and Odie is just depressed.
Oh, it's so sad. Poor John Arbuckle.
Yeah. It brings a whole new meaning to the reason why Liz the vet won't go out with him.
Wait, why?
He's insane.
He's just very angry at all hours.
Yeah, that's kind of true. But yeah, Indiana has a forest, supposedly.
I learn something new every day.
It's very hilly.
Really?
I've traveled through it many a times.
I would assume that it would be so flat because, you know,
We're not Iowa.
Oh, Iowa.
So flat.
What does Iowa have to offer?
Flat.
Flat.
If we know anyone who lives in Iowa, we'll bring them on and ask them what's up in Iowa.
Corn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I don't know. That seems like a main.
I thought that was Florida.
I thought corn was like an Indiana thing.
No.
Like,
There's-
Indiana Beach's actual tagline to make you go to Indiana Beach was "There's more than corn in Indiana."
Well,
That was its actual tagline that it said in all the commercials and everything. There's more than corn in Indiana.
well, okay. The movie Sex Drive was most of it was filmed in Florida. There's corn in Florida as well. In the northern state. It's not only known for its oranges. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but Florida oranges are some of the best oranges.
Yeah, when the hurricanes aren't going through
That's
it.
true. And then gators.
Gators.
They're known for gators.
All 3 species of gators.
There are 3 species of gators in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
There are 3 species of gators.
I'll give you that.
Is the Tiger King in Florida? Is that where he's from?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. There you go. Okay.
Wait, is it Oklahoma or is it Florida? I want to say it's Oklahoma.
All right, Joe Exotic aficionados in the chat. Let us know.
All 1 viewers, let us know.
If you know
Chris
anything
Barrett.
about Joe Exotic, please speak up.
Oh no, he said night, y'all.
Oh,
Chris Barrett's not going to tell us.
Chris. Right when we're asking you to respond.
He's not here.
No.
Chris.
Is it? I don't know. I think we're thinking of Carol Baskin. I thought was Florida.
Is she? I think she might be in Florida then.
I think Carol Baskin was Florida and Joe Exotic was Oklahoma.
Oh,
Or
The
that's
Greater
where he,
Wynwood. Okay, let me see. It's called the
or is that
Greater
where he went to hide?
Wynwood Park. Private.
is that where she smuggled out the tiger that ate her husband?
Oh,
Florida?
Joe Exotic's Tiger Park is in Oklahoma.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm confident that woman has killed her husband.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It
She
took
fed
the
him to
police-
Tony the tiger.
What it said, it took the police 3 days to find anything. Oh yeah, thanks for not buying me that T-shirt. Tony the Tiger had it was Tony the Tiger on there, and it said Carol's husband was great.
Oh my god. Can you believe it was like a year ago when Tiger King took off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe
like-
That's-
Exotic.
Joe is he still in prison?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if anyone would bail him out by now.
He's got like a bunch of petitions to get him out.
Of course he does.
You think that's
I mean-
gonna happen? You're crazy.
Joe Exotic diehards, speak up.
Joe Exotic getting out? That's crazier than Joe Exotic himself.
I'm just saying, if you watch through the entire documentary, there are a lot of people that did a lot of messed up stuff that did not end up in prison. But Joe Exotic ended up in prison.
He did a lot more messed up stuff than what the show's leading you on. Let's be honest.
I'm just saying, Carol Baskins fed her husband to a tiger, and yet she's free.
Because they haven't proved it.
They don't have any proof. Mark is right.
That's because she smuggled Tony the tiger down to Florida, and he's laying on a beach somewhere, drinking mimosas, and talking about how amazing her husband tasted.
Her new husband has to like live in fear.
Did you see her wedding photos or their wedding photos?
Did.
It's the creepiest thing
really
ever.
did.
Like there's one of them. He's wearing like a Flintstone like furry diaper,
The wild.
and then like a collar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like what?
what cartoon is it? The Hawthorne. Oh gosh, the mid 90s. Okay, it's drawing a blank right now. The Wild Thornberries.
Thornberries, yeah.
Oh yes.
Her husband in that costume with the wedding pictures. There's totally a scene in that series where that happened. Yeah. I don't know why it just reminded me of that, but it did.
Oh my goodness. My boyfriend had disclosed to me, oh so kindly, that he wrote to Joe Exotic in prison.
What did he say?
Yeah, right? And I said the same thing, Kat. I was like, oh my god, Jack, what did you say to him? Like, what did you say to Joe Exotic? Like, I really want to know. And he looks at me, and he's so serious when he said this. He went, oh, that's between Joe and I.
That's between Joe and I?
He was like, that's between Joe and I. I was like, oh, what did you say to him? I want to know.
Right?
Oh.
Sorry, I found that thing I'm going to send to you.
Oh, goodness.
Teddy bear picnic?
Yes.
Anyway. It's like, what did you say to Joe Exotic? Be like, you just... What?
That is the photo for it.
Ooh, that looks dark.
Right?
That does look dark.
Maybe... Oh, I just had like a really messed up thought. Maybe he wrote a letter to Joe Exotic saying that he's more than willing to be the fourth husband.
No. Let's be honest.
Hey, Joe Exotic likes him young and he likes him pretty.
Okay.
He's really young, and I would assume if you're dating him, he's gotta be pretty.
Yes.
Dear God, how your mind works.
The fourth husband of Joe Exotic. He's down.
God.
Maybe that's why he's all secretive about it.
Dear Joe, I saw Shawshank Redemption today and was wondering if you remembered any of the scenes from this movie. Here is your chisel.
Get to work. Oh my gosh.
Wait for the guard to watch that one episode of Friends so that you can hit the chisel really hard when they clap.
Well, you don't even need to watch.
You don't have to watch Friends ever. It's okay.
No, just distract the guard with Friends because there's so many seasons of it and he'll chisel away.
No, you just need to see that one episode of Family Guy where they make fun of it.
That too. Just make sure it's not on enchilada night.
It's a lot shorter.
If you have a burning desire to watch Friends for some reason,
Don't.
See a doctor, and then watch the episode with Paul Rudd.
Oh God.
That's it.
Yep.
That's the only one you need to watch because that's the only good one because Paul Rudd is there.
And then he became Ant-Man. And later on. Yeah.
If Cassie Lang does not become Stature in the new Ant-Man, what's the point?
Hi. She's just decided she wanted to hang out today.
She wants to be here.
She doesn't want to look at the camera or anything. She just wants to be here.
No, she's doing what...
Put your butt down.
She's doing what cats do best. They just show it off all the time.
Show their butts.
Yep.
You love to do that.
I think she still can't wait for that cut of Cats.
The butthole cut.
Cut.
I was surprised you didn't pick Cats.
Oh God. Please don't.
I watched Cats and The Rise of Skywalker back to back.
Oh. Why do you hate yourself?
It was the worst night of my life.
Well, okay, the Broadway adaptation of Cats is not that bad.
Well, yeah, Jellicle Cats.
Yeah.
Jellicle Cats. But Jellicle Cats, where it's literally every actor that you don't want to see, maybe Judi Dench.
Hey, it's better than Rent.
And then the cockroaches show up. The entire screen just rotates like it's on PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Oh, Cats was bad.
They spent millions of dollars removing buttholes that they spent millions of dollars putting on. Just think about that. Millions of dollars putting it on just to spend millions more dollars to take it off.
We employed
I
so
would
many
rather
people to
watch-
put those buttholes on there, and we employed even more to take them off.
And then like a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that
Hey,
they
no pun
did
intended.
with their animation team and their artistic team was just really messed up.
Yeah.
Long hours, low wages, and they weren't paying them overtime.
Ooh.
And like basically a lot of them were just being worked to the bone, and if they weren't meeting certain deadlines because they were being worked to the bone or because of story changes, then they just get fired on the spot.
Wow.
Yeah, it was apparently a nightmare to be a part of the animation team.
So there's like no good part of Cats, huh?
Apparently not.
Now I will raise you Starlight Express.
What?
Starlight.
I used to date this guy a couple of years ago who was a theater nerd. And we were talking
husband
about
of Joe Exotic.
he was Joe Exotic's fourth husband. But he had studied set design and carpentry.
Yeah.
And that was his whole thing. So he would go around and design sets. And he was telling me, a nice guy, really nice guy, you know, things just didn't work out. But like we still keep in touch. And he was telling me about Starlight Express. And what Starlight Express is that it is the same concept of Cats, except it's trains. It's like Thomas the Tank Engine trains. And the entire stage play is performed on roller skates. They had to discontinue. I feel so bad laughing. I feel really bad laughing. They had to discontinue Starlight Express because so many people were getting hurt skating around on the stage that they did not have the liability to ensure their actors the safety performing musically as trains. I know.
You're messing with me, right?
I'm so serious right now. Like I wish I was joking, Mark.
Oh
Let me
my
see what if
God.
I can find
First off, was it ever like fully recorded? Like, is there one master cut of this, like of a really good performance of this or a really bad performance of this
Holy
preferably?
shit.
But also, were they wearing like boxes over their bodies to be these trains? Were they like a caboose that was connected and like a bunch of people had to like stay in a line? Did they have lights that were attached to them that could blind their fellow actors?
No.
Like what
Was it just one person and they were running trains?
So this is
what
like
the schematics of this. I want to know.
I want to see how many people fell off
this is
stage.
like steampunk like less than like steampunk transformer costume design.
Wow.
So like you have armor. It's like you are wearing body armor.
I can't even wrap my mind around this.
He ran in the 80s. It was written by the music was written by Andrew Lloyd Webber. It was an English show in the 80s. And it just didn't work out because it was such a risk for the Broadway folks.
You said it was Starlight Express?
Starlight Express.
Okay.
Okay, what was that one movie in the 80s that was done by like Arrow or something like that? But all it was like it's just people riding on top of trains, and that's how they got around.
What?
I have no idea what you're talking about, hon.
It was on like a really bad thing. Like it only grossed like a
Oh
few thousand.
wow. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
What the fuck is that? Tin Man on roller skates?
Oh. Oh wow.
goodness. It looks like a really bad adaptation of Tron.
Okay, so they're saying that this scene of Family Guy was him actually making fun of Starlight Express. I always thought that was supposed to be him making fun of Tron.
That makes sense now.
But Starlight Express probably makes more sense.
Tron on
Dude,
ice.
they have actual armor. You are not kidding about that. Starlight Express, the painful spectacle. That's literally the name of this video.
How many people died during production of this by falling off stage with their rollerblades into the band pit?
Oh no. Oh.
Jeez. It's gonna say like 4.
I think whatever you guess, I think it's a solid number.
I'm just throwing a number out there.
I think that you can't guess wrong.
Oh, I can guess wrong.
You can guess wrong. God.
Or is it so bad that
You know what?
Somebody cut together a thing of just people falling.
There's Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh, Starlight Express.
Starlight Express.
Was I wrong, Annie?
I
don't know where you find your research, but
Starlight Express deaths. What's coming up for that? A rolling disaster?
Is it more or less deaths than Spider-Man, the play?
I remember the Spider-Man musical.
Spider-Man the musical was a deadly production.
How so?
A lot of people died.
How?
Like there
What
were
do you mean,
stage
how?
hands. There, like one of the actors legit fell
Was he
because
trying to
they
swing?
had them like up.
They were on harnesses, and
Yeah.
for the web swinging, they would lift him.
Oh, jeez.
So, like, picture a carny putting together a harness where you're going to be lifted into the air above a
And
stage.
like thrown around the stage quickly, by the way.
Hey, I made it myself in my garage. I'm gonna lift
Yeah,
you up
like-
really high.
A lot of people died. And then wasn't there like a fire during one of the performances?
Are you talking about Barney?
No, I'm still talking about Spider-Man.
Oh, you're still okay.
It's so funny to me. Now, have you guys seen Holy Musical Batman?
I've never even heard of it.
It's like intentionally really bad, and it's by Star Kid Productions. It's on YouTube. It's
Okay.
Holy Musical Batman, and to avoid copyright laws, they use the @ symbol for Batman.
For
It's
Batman.
really fun to watch. It's like the most low budget production purposefully. It's kind of like a Harry Potter musical where you have these wannabe like community theater actors going out and having a good time and like actually having people coming in to see their show. And it's got like Spider-Man in there for some reason. It's the Justice League. It's just all over the place. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, I think you'd really get a kick out of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up.
I'll just send it to you. Yeah.
Do you
But
remember?
it's
You
go
keep
ahead.
going.
It's genuinely for like being notoriously like D-list. You gotta hunt for it. It's entertaining.
Okay. Yeah, send me that.
Yeah, I will for sure.
Do you remember Harry Potter Puppet Palace?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I loved Harry Potter Puppet Palace. That is
And they
top
stopped
tier
making them for
YouTube
some
comedy.
reason. There were like 2 of them.
There were so many of them.
Well, actually, wait. That's who I want to see come back in a Super Bowl commercial.
The Harry
Harry
Potter
Potter
Puppet
Palace?
Palace people.
And Charlie Goes to Candy Mountain.
Oh,
Charlie.
I want to see the life of the Leopardon. I want to know how that Leopardon ended up on that
The
hill.
magically appeared on. You still magically appeared on the show's the way.
Here's his way. He didn't say anything.
Oh, they took my kidney.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie the Unicorn.
Poor Charlie. He just can't get a break.
No.
Did I make like 3 or 4 episodes of those?
Yeah, they have a couple.
Did you guys remember Annoying Orange?
Yes.
I wish I didn't.
I used to traumatize him with that.
That's someone I could watch die. The Annoying Orange.
He's still out there too.
We can make
Why?
him into orange juice.
Still out. Juicer commercial. You take the annoying orange and you put it in, and he's screaming the entire time, and you make it like it's a horror movie, but it's about like it's for a really fancy juicer.
But instead of the orange juice coming out, grenadine comes out.
Oh no. It's a Jamba Juice commercial with the annoying orange.
There you go.
Smoothie King.
Yeah.
Orange Julius.
Orange Julius. If anyone is watching this, I know you're not, but if you're watching this, if you happen to watch us down the line and you want to hire us for a Super Bowl commercial, we will gladly discuss our hourly rates and our going prices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Considering it's like we've been at this for nearly 3 hours. You guys have been on for nearly 3 hours now, but what's new?
Well, it's probably not snowing as
Especially
hard.
Monday morning.
No, it's not. We haven't fallen asleep yet.
It is Monday morning. Happy MLK Junior Day.
There you go.
Monday. Well, at least I got Saturday off.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I get to work on MLK Day.
That's a first since we got married. Getting Saturday off. Yeah.
Do you write your own schedules?
Sleep. Yeah, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but
We're
I still
short-staffed. We just got 2 major delivery services in contract. So yeah, there's no breaks anymore.
Yeah, I write my own schedules, but somehow I still always end up with 60 plus hours.
At least it's not as bad as when our opener got sick.
Oh gosh.
And you had to cover. So we were working open to close every single day.
For 3-4 days.
No, it was an entire week.
Oh yeah, it was a week.
It was an entire week. He ended up with 60 hours of overtime.
Oh my god!
On one check.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, taxes sucked on that one.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. Still alive somehow.
We made it through.
Yeah.
He didn't die.
It was only from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
No biggie.
Yeah, no biggie. I know. I thought about posting it. Actually, no, I thought about bringing my cot in and just sleeping in the back.
You could potentially live there.
I could.
I mean, if some guy can live,
living in O'Hare.
Yeah,
you could do it.
I would scare the crap out of our delivery guy, though.
Yeah, probably.
Because sometimes they're there at like 5 a.m. Other times they're there at 10. So I can only imagine.
5 a.m.
Well, so they start their deliveries. Actually, I've talked to them before. Like they start their days at midnight.
Wow.
To get all these deliveries out to all these businesses before they open, you have to start at that time.
Oh, so you guys do daily? Yeah, okay, got you.
Well, it's bi-weekly deliveries, but still. Sometimes they're just super duper early, and sometimes they're there like 3 in the afternoon. It's like, okay.
You're still getting your product, getting your produce. We have a local caterer. She's so cute. She's so sweet, and she comes every Friday at like 1:00, and she brings us like we always make small orders of food, and we order later as the weekend goes on because she's like 2 minutes away from us. So
And
she brings us like 2 little cauldrons of soup, and I get to walk through with my little soup cauldron and all of our salads, and half the salads we don't even sell, and our sandwiches and stuff like that. But she's got her little van that she hangs out in, and she pulls on up, but we know that Allie's there.
And
it's just her and her kids.
She offers kids candy and puppies.
The van is unmarked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought it was backwards. Never mind.
Backwards Y or whatever.
But then the reason why you guys probably don't sell very many salads is because you're already in the middle of the forest. You have enough leaves.
Mm-hmm. On my lunch breaks, I go out and I chew on the branches.
Hey, I've done that before in a video. If you look hard enough, Kyron figures.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I didn't die because I found out that there are a lot of toxic trees in Indiana.
Indiana has toxic trees, not just corn.
Yeah.
Does Iowa have that? No. That's probably. I don't know.
Actually, isn't Rockford right next to Iowa?
Rockford is very close to. No, Rockford is up north.
Yeah, but isn't it like
Rockford
really
is the Wisconsin border.
Oh, what's Wisconsin?
You're thinking of oh my God, where Augustin is at. You're thinking of Quad Cities.
I think so. It's a long drive.
Right, you're thinking of Rock Island. Rock Island is right across the border from Iowa.
I am. Okay.
I looked at Augustana for school, and it was a really beautiful campus. I was just like, I don't want to live in the middle of nowhere.
There's nothing wrong in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, yeah. Depends on what part of the middle of nowhere you are.
Yeah, as long as it's not Holland Honor.
That's true.
As long as it's not Americus.
Oh, Americus. Poor Americus.
It's no longer on the map.
Oh.
People still live there, but it's no longer on the map.
What is it? Population of like 30 or 40?
Yeah. It's a ghost town.
No, it's not a ghost town yet.
It's
soon to be ghost town.
Soon to be ghost town.
It's not like Colfax. That is ghost town.
That's true.
Or it's not like
place in Texas that's called Luckenbach, and it has a population of 3.
Huh.
And it has it's a cool place to like drive through. We drove through it when we were in Texas, maybe 10 years ago. It's got a little corner store, and they got like a bar, and then everyone else in the surrounding towns come hang out there.
Okay.
But like the official population is like 3 people.
Interesting.
So do those 3 people own each of those different establishments?
I wonder if they do. That would make a lot of sense. That sounds like a fair split.
Like one person owns the bar, one person owns the corner store, and then one person has like a really, really trendy clothing store, and they don't understand why they don't sell out every.
They moved here from California,
yeah, right?
And they are yuppie, looking to take off, and fantastic looking back Texas.
Yep.
Oh, what's that other?
Oh, so as of 2017, the sign on the town reads population 3, and it's actually noted as population 0.
Oh, did those 3 people all die?
I don't know, but it says like because it overlaps with those towns that it surrounded. So like it's like out like encroaching on the property that nobody actually lives in Lubbock, Texas, even though it says that as of 2006 there were 3 people living there.
So if one person says that they live there, then can that one person be the mayor?
I would think so.
Can they just say that they're mayor of that town?
Oh, there's so much evidence.
Because they're the one person that lives there. They're the only person that could vote for mayor or run for mayor.
Who's going to stop them?
Exactly. I want to be mayor of Lockenbach, Texas.
I'm going to vote myself out as mayor.
Right?
It's not vote for myself. Vote for it's like that. Mark, isn't there a town in Alaska that has a dog as a mayor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
There is.
Is it at least a cute dog?
I don't know.
No,
But I
what do you mean? I don't know.
I don't know, but I know there's a town in Alaska that it's dogs the mayor. I don't know why, but it is.
Mayor McDog.
He has my vote. Vote Loki? No, I'm voting Mayor McDog.
Mayor McDog.
How is any?
Because he's rough on crime. And he's also
He's a
going to
9 out of 10.
He's also going to appoint McGruff, the crime hound, as our sheriff.
That's a cop I could get
He's
behind.
poaching him.
Oh.
Oh my god, do you guys remember McGruff, the crime dog? I want McGruff, the crime dog, back.
You mean the one that's in the trench coat?
Yes.
The trench coat where he's like, he walks up, he's like, "What you buying?"
He's not like that. He's not a drug dealer.
McGruff was a drug dealer.
Are you kidding me? Yes, he was.
No, he was not a drug
He
dealer.
had the drug dealer tire.
He wore a trench coat because he was a detective.
Oh, sure. Yeah, all detectives wear trench coats.
They do in like crime
Are you
noir.
not Sherlock, Mark? My God.
In crime noir pieces, they do.
Oh, I thought they wore monocles and like those awesome hats.
He's based off of like crime noir.
Oh.
You know?
Not
That's also why he's got the hat.
Yeah.
He does have the deer stalker, right? Why is is this oh wait, it's a Babylon Bee article. Never mind. I was gonna say why. It was a thumbnail and it was Trump next to McGruff crime dog. And the headline reads, Trump selects McGruff the crime dog as FBI detective or head detective.
Oh gosh.
Babylon.
See, now that's a appointment I can get behind.
Funny. I could do that.
McGruff the crime
I think
dog.
if we all came together and then just voted for McGruff, things would be okay. I feel very safe.
Did you just imagine being in that one town? Oh, come on, guys. I got to take the mayor for a walk again. Got to pick up his poop.
No press, no publicity, no paparazzi, please.
Yeah. God.
Good for them, though. Coming out of Alaska, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Is it like Officer Peaches?
Officer Peaches.
Officer Peaches is a canine officer who there was a huge lawsuit about police brutality or whatever. This was a few years back. And basically the head of the Central Intelligence Unit, they needed a written the whole write-up and report and everything done by Officer Peaches, and they needed Officer Peaches to sign it. And everyone's just like, dude, Officer Peaches can't do that. And he's just like, well, I need it, or Officer Peaches is going to lose his badge, you know, da-da-da. So the entire unit came together and wrote out this thing. And it was just like, Officer Peaches entered with partner to find the bad man who was selling the bad stuff that smells. It's like, Officer Peaches located bad man. Bad man went to run from Officer Peaches, was too slow. It's like, Officer Peaches is very good boy. And it was like a paw print. And it was just like, dude, it was a dog. They all got together to sign out what happened between a dog and a guy. Yeah, because he was alleging that this canine officer had used extreme force on him.
Wow.
Because this dog was racist, apparently.
Dogs are colorblind.
Right?
Dogs are colorblind.
Officer Peaches. Officer Peaches, you got my
Officer
vote.
Peaches. Hey, he spoke up when nobody would.
Hey, Officer Peaches got to keep his badge.
Protected, sir, Officer Peaches.
Were they asking him to turn in his gun too?
Can you imagine?
Give a dog a gun.
Oh,
yes.
Squirrel.
Officer Peach dog report. All right.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Stop it.
It's
What's the
real. It's a
transcript?
real thing.
PC Peach. I chase him. I bite him. Bad man. He tasty. Good boy. Good boy Peach. Paw print. Oh my god. Oh. That is exactly as I would expect it to be written too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like written with someone's non-dominant hand.
You can tell they had some fun writing that.
Oh yeah, you could tell that they had a good time.
But hey, Officer Peaches turned in his report. There you go. He did the paperwork.
He did. He did what he was told.
How much snow do we have?
Probably a bit.
Jean, go outside and tell me how much snow we have.
She's laying face down into this cover right now. She is not interested in looking at snow.
Yeah. She's still asleep.
Oh, am I bothering you? Am I bothering you? Okay.
This is not as bad as the other morning. Minetta came running into the room and then just immediately started staring out the window. Next thing I know, there's a squirrel peeking its head down above my window. And then the cat was literally going at the window. I was like, dude, it's like if you try going up that squirrel, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You do not have.
I'm gonna have to go outside and fight a squirrel.
You do not have those opposable thumbs that the squirrel does.
Mark, I will fight a squirrel for our fur child.
You are no.
I'll fight a squirrel.
You're so crazy.
I have no problem with that.
Those are some bold words.
I will fight a squirrel.
If you fight a squirrel, I'm gonna have to turn you in like Yeller.
Oh,
you're gonna have to take me out behind the bar and shoot me.
It's Lenny and the rabbits.
Yeah.
Nice of them. Oh, Lenny. Oh, he didn't know. He just wanted to see the rabbits.
He just really wanted to see them rabbits.
He just really, really wanted to see those rabbits, George.
Oh my god. Did you read the Red Hood and the Outlaws run where they had Bizarro? Red Hood and the Outlaws run where they had Bizarro on it on the team?
I'll have to read it.
Okay, you have to read it because I don't want to spoil it for you.
I will read it by next Friday so we can discuss it.
There's a Yeller moment in it. Oh, no. It's not in your face, Yeller, but there's a moment where you're like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't you mean of Mice and Men?
No, it is Yeller.
Okay.
Because it's Bizarro.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it has been lovely.
That's our 3-hour time mark.
But we're getting to that time mark, everyone.
It is the 3-hour time mark.
And it's Monday morning. So it's about that time.
Chug, chug, chug. Oh, I mean, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, Annie, here's how you do it. You poke a little hole in the bottom of the can, you hold it, and then
shotgun it.
Go.
Upon meeting you, I will shotgun anything you give me.
I wouldn't agree with that blindly if I were you.
I'm
But all right.
Ooh.
You have to remember that though, because I'm not going to remind you. I'm going to know I said it. I'm going to keep that up here.
Oh, trust
gonna-
me. I have a memory of an elephant. I got you.
Black. Ricky, are you really?
We're gonna get those 12 packs of Pabst Blue Ribbon. Ugh.
On ice.
Ours.
No, not on ice. You gotta leave
On
it out.
ice.
No, you have to leave it outside for at least a
Like
day.
the Lana Del Rey song goes, Pabst Blue Ribbon on ice.
Why would you
Well, I'm
water
not
down
gonna
your
wait.
beer?
Beer for women.
It's like the basic bitch soundtrack.
I like her.
I love her too, but
We have her on record.
we do.
I like her, but I think there are other artists that I will. Lord is my basic bitch artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like her a lot more than I like Lana. I like a few Lana songs. I'm like, okay, cool, I can get behind this. And then after like hearing those couple of songs and everything else, I'm like, okay, it's like the same song again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't listen to her on the A1A.
Yeah.
All right. But we're going to end it here, everyone, my dears. Once again, was it that bad, Dr. Parnassus and the Imaginarium? No.
Ricky,
It was
we're leaving.
Goosebumps, Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky.
Goosebumps.
Hi, Ricky.
Did you just
Next, we are going to take on the road to El Dorado. 2000 2D animation, our first DreamWorks pick, our first animation pick. I'm really excited. It's one of my favorite animated movies. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen it in a while too, so I'm excited to go back and watch it.
I haven't seen it in years, so I can't tell you the answer now, but we are going to have an answer for you come next week. Is it that bad?
And I will not be late this next time. I will not be late.
Any final thoughts, everyone?
No, I think this was a great pick, Mark. I really do like this. I think it was a great movie. I think it's something I'd watch again. It's something I would show to other people. It's something I'd watch, It's definitely a hidden little treasure. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it for me.
All right.
I thought you guys would enjoy it.
I did. I had fun.
I did.
Yeah.
Any final closing thoughts from you, Kat?
It was fun. Watch it.
It was. Yeah. Mark, it's your pick. Would you like to sound us out? Sound us off.
I hit her real hard after the apple juice and vodka. I remember now.
Oh, bye, Mark.
Oh, bye.
Oh, bye. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Oh.